Fucking movie.
You've got to hunt cities. We're on the BMFcast. No doubt about it. What the fuck is going on with the internet?
What's wrong with the internet?
I don't know. It was fine. I pressed go, and it gets all shitty.
No doubt
be us.
about it.
Maybe bump down our bits.
You bumped down your bits.
Oh, fuck.
Don't tell me what to do with my bits, Chuck.
Bring down like 100. Yeah, like 2,400 baud.
Wait, that's that right? Hold on.
No doubt about it.
I guess I need to compose a tweet.
No doubt about it.
Let's watch the BMFcast.
No doubt about it.
Got a loose donger here.
What are you doing?
You're fucking up your own now, Chuck. Do you need the tools or something? Or
No, I don't need it.
where we're going? We don't need Chuck doesn't know how to use tools.
You think I am a man?
Yeah. Have you seen this guy?
Look at me. Come on.
He's like a piece of dough with a heartbeat.
A large heartbeat.
And it's huge.
A lart beat.
Are we online? In theory. Oh, good. I've been making jokes at Chuck's expense while we're online. Perfect.
Yeah,
That's
that's
our
never
that's
happened
that's
before.
right in our
That's
wheel.
weird.
That's right in our wheelhouse. That's where we should be.
No doubt about it.
Hey, don't leave him hanging. Hey.
Hit me with the.
Oh.
There
Thank
we go.
you. Jesus over here.
Yes.
Oh.
Where's Jesus?
Oh.
Oh, don't leave me hanging. Is that the joke?
I can skip the video in 2 seconds, which will eventually happen. There we go, skip ad. I don't care about you, Wix.
Wait, are we monetizing on live streams? Does that
What?
work? Can you? I don't know.
That's what happened.
Wow. What?
I was served an ad.
You got an ad served to you?
Yeah. We
Weird.
just made 1,000th of a cent.
YouTube's back, everybody.
Yeah. Welcome to the future. Man machine. The future.
What's wrong with the internet?
Frackin' balls, the internet.
Fracking Ball Z.
Yeah, man.
Why are you being shitty?
Man, you'd think we watched it.
We watched it like 100 episodes ago.
You'd think we watched it.
Things big. No doubt about it.
Okay, I'm gonna not tweet this link yet, just in case.
Oh,
Are you tweet fixing? Are you link fixing?
No, I'm in case we have to stop or something.
Oh
I
no.
don't want to send a bad link.
No doubt about
Well,
it.
I'm wondering if I kill the
said
internet to
bad.
this, if it's going to kill the stream, even just even briefly, or if it's going to pick right back up.
Let's find out.
All right.
No doubt about it. Oh, you're gonna cut us all off?
Well,
Oh shit!
I think I want to reboot the power line adapter because the
Delete
wireless is great.
the post. No doubt about it. I had to
Thanks. Fun. Good night.
Yeah. Thanks for finishing. What?
Please arrive all over me.
Way to show up. And then go. No doubt about it.
We're on a podcast.
No doubt about it. I don't know if we were streaming when that devolved into just noise. It was That water's delicious.
Yep.
It's cold and wet. Like a fish you can drink.
I mean, son of a fuck, what is happening?
Most sons come from fucking.
Hashtag not all sons.
Well, at least the chat's fucking just jamming on.
No doubt about it.
There's no actual live stream happening, but everyone's
Is
just
it? Is it not happening? They can't hear us.
I
Is
just
it
got a
not
rotating
going?
spinning thing.
I don't know, man.
I thought it picked right back up.
I have
Yeah,
stopped
I see
the live
people-
stream.
Moving, or it's
Is it us?
herky jerky.
It's probably you trying to watch the fucking thing.
It's at like
Downstream versus
160.
upstream.
Hello, everyone.
Oh, there's an image.
I'm at 144p. No, I stopped it. He was getting angry about people streaming it, so I stopped.
Stop the podcast.
No doubt about it. City Hunter. City Hunter.
I don't know.
Didn't it smooth out last week?
Yeah, I mean it's like
Yes,
it's
it is,
mostly
Scott.
smooth now. It's just the speed test is coming back kind of shitty. So I mean, yeah, download's about half what it should be, and upload's a little slow. I don't know. Fuck it.
Tweeting anyway.
Fuck it, we're doing it live,
That's true.
Hey, should have catch fire
as we
in like 30 years.
always do,
Yeah, it'll take about 30 years for that.
like we always do about this time.
Time for Brumcast.
I don't even know. I don't know. I got a computer. My mom put some games on.
I don't know.
Why are you tweeting now?
I'm not. I'm putting it on Facebook.
Oh, Facebook. Facebook.
Yeah, check this shit out.
Yeah, like anyone will see that on Facebook.
They won't, but I have decided that I'm going to try
Okay,
it every
I'm
week.
fine with that.
Yeah. I'm not going to boost it, but
Boost.
Don't worry, Kratos. We will talk about Alien Covenant in the second half.
Mm-hmm.
I appreciate that Kratos is keeping the streak alive of saying everything sucks.
Well, I mean, in this case,
Yeah.
spoilers.
He's not wrong. No doubt about it.
no doubt about it.
Well, you really are thinking big.
Yes.
So are you like are you opening sockets and
I am.
fiddling with ports?
I am. I'm about to shoot a motherfucking telephone.
Oh, shit. Wait.
Or
Like-
tase a telephone.
Like
He shot a telephone too, but I think didn't he tase a speakerphone, Kiefer?
Yes. Because the president was saying something awful to him.
Yeah.
So he tased her. Via the phone.
Man. I love 24. 24 was so good.
And then he killed a guy in a shed with a bulldozer. That's such a good season.
No doubt about it.
Whoa.
All right. All right.
Easy there, Jens.
Hacha! Ha! Ha!
Ooh-ah.
Oh, well.
Checking. Like to make a deposit.
So we have 600 transactions of $20 each, Mr. Pacino. Gotta have that cash.
I need a mattress. It's made by NASA.
Sleepy Store says my debit card's being stupid.
We can can help you with that, Mr. Pacino.
All right. Here we go. I think there's a 3 in it.
Oh, Al fucking Pacino.
What does he say to the lady, like, at the end? Like, don't let him tell you no, or something like. What is it?
Don't let him ever get you down.
Or something like
Hey, remember this.
That's so good.
Al Pacino's pants made by me.
Oh, I get it.
Oh, I get it. Ah.
Yep.
Should we do a podcast?
Oh yeah, shit. I thought we were just ear dicking around or something.
Fiddle
Ear
farting
dicking.
around.
Ear dicking.
Ear dicking.
We've been dicking around for like 9 years.
Isn't it good?
Yes.
Yes.
Yes, it is.
Dick.
It's so good that all of you should tell all of your friends about it.
What?
Yeah.
Ear dicking?
Yeah.
No,
That's our new
the
podcast. Ear dicking.
The ear dicks.
Some serious ear dicking.
We are going to fuck your ears.
Gently.
It's actually a podcast about Empire. The most inside joke of all jokes.
That's a joke literally like one person outside this room
I
would
know.
get.
I know.
Literally one
I
human
know.
being on
I
Earth.
know.
I know.
I know.
I know. Why don't we do a podcast, guys?
All right. I guess we can do a podcast.
Shut up, Dean.
I vote for podcast. Shit, I don't know. Cool. All right, welcome to the BMFcast.
Hey! BMFcast!
Episode 377.
Ooh, that's a nice number.
The continuing adventure of numbers.
Nintendo.
I'm Harlow.
I'm Mackie.
I'm BJ.
I'm Chuck.
And what we do each and every episode of the BMFcast is we go and we watch ourselves a quote-unquote bad movie, come in here and talk about it for the first half. Then we rate them. Good bad movies, enjoyable bad movies. They get 1 to 5 jocks and robot jocks.
Robot Jocks
Fucking robot job.
is
Yeah.
cool.
However, there are bad movies. This is stay away. They get a negative sliding scale 1 to 5 bags, as in douchebags, after bags of douche.
Boo.
Gross. Splat.
Yeah. So hey guys, we're wrapping up
Hey.
anime.
Hashtag hey guys. And a
And a hey.
And a maybe
And
not.
a maybe. And a manga.
Yeah.
and a manga.
And a manga.
Oh, okay.
The month of
Manga.
Ma.
My favorite Bond villain.
The month of Ma.
Maga.
Also known as Gary Daniels month.
Yeah, so we wrap this up with the live action adaptation of City Hunter.
Hunter of the City.
Starring Jackie Chan.
Yeah.
Making his BMFcast debut.
Welcome.
Jackie Chan.
Welcome, Jackie Chan.
It took 377 episodes to get him, huh?
I did.
Who knew?
He held out.
So let's get a quick plot summary out of the way and we'll talk more about this thing.
Absolutely.
While searching for the daughter of a Japanese publishing magnate, private investigator Ryo Saiba and his assistant Kaori are caught up in the middle of a cruise liner hijacking. It's up to Ryo to save the day, but can he do it on an empty stomach?
Yes.
Oh,
Ryu, who?
Ryu?
You mean City Hunter?
Saiba? I don't know.
I-
I didn't
we-
read the
all right,
manga.
I think you mean City Hunter.
As
Oh,
it is our
Hunter.
tradition,
Sorry. City
we watched
Hunter.
the English dub
Yes, we
Correct.
because
Did. 'Cause
the
we're
only time
terrible
we've done
people.
the subtitles was because we were commanded to.
Well, we were told it was a completely different movie.
Right.
So,
Yeah.
But here we watched the dub,
Dub.
Yeah,
in
we
which
did.
they only call him City Hunter.
That's
City
the only name
Hunter
he has ever called.
ever.
He addresses himself as that. Mm-hmm. So,
Yeah.
yeah.
Otherwise, Gary Daniels returns as
Yep.
a henchman.
He
it
does?
does.
He's literally billed as Guy's henchman or whatever.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He has no character name whatsoever.
And that guy is
Uh-huh.
Richard Norton.
Yes. Who has been in a
Man.
surprising amount of BMFcast movies.
He decorated BMFcast alone.
This is either 6th or 7th or 8th
Yeah,
appearance.
you got stuff like Jim Cotta and China O'Brien and
American Ninja.
one of the Which one?
One of
Ray-
the other Rothrock's ones we watch. Honor
Well,
and Glory, maybe.
which one of the Billy Blanks ones was it? That he
Tough and Deadly.
Tough and Deadly.
Yes.
Okay.
And then he was in the one where they take over the city, and the Cynthia Rothrock movie where they take over the city. China O'Brien?
That was China O'Brien.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
So yeah.
A star-studded BMFcast Palooza. I don't know.
Yes.
Sure.
It's an all-star action lineup.
Yeah.
How's that?
We just ran out of things to talk about this.
Well,
It's based on manga.
which
a
they show
manga.
in the opening credits.
They do.
Yeah, I do believe there are 2 cuts of this movie. There is a older U.S. cut, and I believe what we watched is the international cut.
Yes.
Because there are a couple scenes on the Shout Factory Blu-ray that suddenly jump in quality, like down to some old film stock that didn't get, remastered or whatever.
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
I believe that's
straight
why.
up VHS rip.
Yeah.
They look like.
So I'm assuming there just wasn't any better material to work from off of that. But there's a couple things, like there's some extra shots of manga in the beginning, I know, are part of the international cut, and there was some gymnastics on the boat that were all shitty quality that I think were cut too.
Well, and part of the Street Fighter scene as well was.
I think some of that dip in quality was when effects were taking over, when they were doing their best to blur out lines like
Perhaps,
strings,
yeah.
ropes.
Maybe.
Yeah.
But anyway, I'm just saying there are 2 things I'm pretty sure what we saw was the quote-unquote international or
Yeah.
Japanese
Yeah.
version.
So let's explain the character of City Hunter.
Okay.
Let's define his
Good luck.
characteristics.
City Hunter.
He likes to eat.
Yeah. He likes the ladies.
He does like the ladies. He lives in what appears to be an auto body garage.
It's like a garage turned into a place where someone lives. It's like his personal bunch of crazy cars garage.
Yeah.
It's like if the guys in Fast and Furious lived in their garage.
Okay. Yeah.
They don't?
We don't know. We never really
Haven't
see him
you
living.
seen the villa on the mountain from
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
previous installments?
And he's for hire.
Correct.
Like he will solve your problem.
Yeah. And he has a sidekick who is his old partner's daughter
Right.
Cousin.
named Carrie. Was that his cousin
Yeah,
or
it's
his
his
partner?
cousin.
Okay, it was his cousin.
Yeah, because
Yeah.
there's a very, very studio-y...
Well, yeah, because
Whoa, wait.
yeah, the very opening.
Okay.
Not Jackie Chan's cousin.
Oh,
The dead
it was
partner's
the dead
cousin.
partner's cousin.
okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was
So-
about to say, wait.
Oh, yeah, no.
Hold the phone.
No.
No,
We
no.
would have said something.
Yeah.
Rewind that.
Well, except we'll get there in a minute. But yeah, the beginning is like this stark, like just empty studio room
Yeah.
thing, like when movies decide, like, yeah, let's do minimalist, no set thing, and it's just him talking, and he's like, "I'm City Hunter, and I work alone," and this guy goes, "Hey, wait," it's like, "Well, I have a partner who I work with sometimes, but I work better on my own, and also this thing happened to my partner," and it's cut to like his partner going, "Hey," to a bunch of dudes with guns, and they just light him up. And City Hunter runs over and grabs him and is like, "Hey, you're dying. Don't die." And he's like, "No, I can die just as long as you promise to watch out for my cousin," who also walks into the scene for no reason, who's like 8 years old at the time. And he's like, "Promise me you won't seduce her." And he looks at her and is like, "Yeah, okay. Deal." Because why would I?
Yep.
And then like
He just
guy dies.
Yeah.
And then it's like cut to like this voiceover thing as he's like time is passing, and it's like, the funny thing about little girls is they grow up, and like they literally round a corner and she's a complete a grown up actress.
And he turns around and goes, and then it's just immediately like, will he mind if I really go after her? And then like a picture of him animates to life and freaks out, and he's like, I better not. This is unlike any character you've seen Jackie Chan do. Even though you might consider him a live action cartoon in a lot of roles, this is very over the top. I mean, this is very cartoonish even for him.
Yeah, I mean, some of his later ones where he was getting older and relied on wires were like the tuxedo's pretty fucking goofy.
Well, I don't even.
It's not that.
I don't. I'm
He's
talking about like of
his
the
actual
era.
performance.
Yeah, I mean like of the era. Like once he got into Disney movies, I'm not even considering.
Oh,
that.
okay.
I just mean like when you think of Jackie Chan in action movies, this is the most cartoonish of the Golden Harvest era. How about that?
Sure. Yeah, I mean, he's always mugging, for the camera, like,
Yeah.
ow, that hurts. But it's usually in the middle of like he's bringing the lightheartedness to a serious film or scene or thing, and this is all just zing boom cartoon sound effects wall to wall.
Yeah.
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 I mean,
Yeah.
as a character, I mean, like, yeah, City Hunter is basically Spike Spiegel or any other dude in anime, where it's like they're driven by their stomach and
penis.
yeah, well, yeah, they generally like, you know, auga, wolf whistle when women walk by, and
tongue falls out of mouth.
and then somehow like they don't seem like they have any skills, and then all of a sudden it's just like, yeah, minimalist kung fu.
Yeah.
I kicked your ass.
Yes.
You know, and we just kind of lucked into winning, which I don't know. I don't quite get that archetype as a thing, like why that's a recurring thing. Like
It's the humor aspect of manga.
I know, but I'm just it's just like
it doesn't translate well to film. That's why this film is so odd.
But I mean, even in like anime, like, you know, animated things, I just don't get that like archetype. It's just weird that like that became the standard like general hero guy, because I mean, Vash the Stampede, everyone is like this, where it's like, you know, cram as many cheeseburgers as I can in my face before I'd rather do that.
I don't
than
think that's
fight.
necessarily typical. It just
becomes like the notion.
Yeah, I think that there are a number of them, but I don't think that's like the. I don't know. I don't know. My words are not working tonight, so forget I said that. And say something else.
It shows up often enough.
Yeah, it's fairly often.
And with Carrie, the cousin of his partner, thank God, there's a whole. It's very similar to me to what's going on in Police Story, where it's always this: oh, you're my girl, you're my boyfriend, I'm your girlfriend, and I'm always catching you. Not really cheating on me, but you're kind of trying, but then you're not when I find you, but I still assume that. And like every time that they have any sort of interaction, it's always that antagonistic relationship between the two of them.
That's a common thread in a lot of Jackie Chan movies of like, there's a girlfriend, but she's annoying and always there to ruin the fun.
Yet
kind of thing.
Yet he's always desperate to get her attention back.
Yeah.
As soon as he's lost it.
Yes. That just seems to be a running thing with him. And also,
I just remember thinking of Police Story and going, man,
yeah,
that movie's awesome except for that bullshit.
Yeah, because there's a whole thing like with birthday cake and I don't know what it is about him celebrating birthdays in movies, but it just seems to be.
It's probably because every movie he goes out, he might die.
Yes,
you know, so,
we should actually have a party for Jackie Chan, because at some
case.
point he might die.
Yeah.
But so what this movie is basically about is that he gets called into like this banker's office, and the banker's like, "My daughter, find her." And he's like, "I'm on the case. I'm City Hunter." And then like immediately finds her.
Yeah, he like makes one call, and it's like, "Hey, have you seen her?" And it's like, "Yeah, skate park so and so." Okay, cool, I'll go there. And like, yeah, just walks in the scene, and it's like, "Oh, hey, it's you."
Yeah,
because like right off the bat, he's kind of a terrible private eye, because he looks her right in the face and has to pull out a photograph.
Yes.
And like,
"Oh, you.
Oh, that is you." It's like, wow. Like,
yeah, again, it's the goofy Jackie Chan.
Right? Yeah. And, you know, she like, "Hey, what the heck is that?" and runs away. Meanwhile, like the skateboarders, she runs away and tells a guy, "That man tried to molest me." And then all the skateboard army comes together and it's like, "Come on, let's go." So she goes skating off. Jackie Chan
immediately steals a skateboard.
Yeah, and goes skating off after her. And then an army of skateboarders is now pursuing him.
An army of skateboarders all wearing Guns N' Roses t-shirts.
Yep.
I don't know. Yeah.
They send them over there when they lose the Super Bowl.
Right. Yeah. That's where they go. That's where the shirts go.
Yeah.
And Guns N' Roses have never won the Super Bowl.
No, that's true.
Yeah, that is true.
Losers.
Yeah, but this scene is... we say a bunch of skateboarders are chasing them.
It's like
They
30.
They chase him into a building to which he realizes the only way to get away is to skateboard out a window.
Yes.
Of the building.
A closed window.
Yes, defenestrating himself out this giant plate glass window.
I believe that's defenestrate.
There you go.
Yeah.
Correct.
Well, guess what? 30 more guys are going to defenescate after him.
Yes.
So we have him going headfirst out this window, followed by dozens of dudes just jumping through plate glass windows and all landing on a highway underneath them.
Mm-hmm.
It is awesome.
While skateboarding.
It is amazing.
And he's doing tricks.
Yeah.
He's jumping over cars. And
the thing I like about this scene is there's such a sense of speed going on in so many of the early scenes of it before they start doing the goofy stunts and doing the skate on top of the car thing. Instead of just letting the skateboard go underneath and run along the top of the car, which is far easier,
he's jumping over cars on the skateboard.
He's doing flips and shit.
Yeah, it's like, so this was made in 92, came out in 93. It's kind of weird to me because I didn't realize it was this early that he went to wire fu and shit, that he wasn't doing all his own stunts, because it's very clear he's not doing a lot of the skateboard stunts.
Oh, yeah.
Well, he injured himself for one of the skateboard stunts and had to be replaced by... obviously he wasn't going to be doing all of that anyway,
Right.
I don't think. But he injured himself and was replaced by a stunt double, and then eventually was replaced by 3 stunt doubles who could actually skate.
I think, though, also the wire stuff in this is more because they're going for a sort of fantastical look to a lot of this stuff. It's not necessarily, okay, Jackie Chan's lost a step.
Yeah,
Need to throw some wires in there. I think it's more of a style
I'll
thing.
give that. I'm just like saying there was a couple times where, and maybe if there's an injury, I guess we'll allow it. But here's what's strange is, like, there are parts where he's on a skateboard. He's clearly riding a skateboard in certain scenes,
And he does not look comfortable doing it.
No, he doesn't look super comfortable. And then, like, the next shot will be like whatever dude who's very comfortable on a skateboard, like, doing extra flair for no goddamn reason.
Yeah.
So it just kind of makes the, like, stunt double thing look more obvious.
Yeah. But either way, it's a pretty good scene. She's able to get away and get into some kind of department store where there's a creepy dude who keeps staring at her, and eventually she lures him into a changing room and steals his clothes and leaves the store with sunglasses on and everything, looking like Michael Jackson in Smooth Criminal.
Yeah.
To which Jackie Chan can't find her because,
He's a terrible detective.
yeah,
Right.
and she's not wearing the same thing.
Yep.
So he gives up and says, "Oh, well, I guess I'll find her later," and goes back to his garage / home / whatever.
And
Where earlier we were introduced to it by him having a dream in a hammock about dating all these women
in a pool.
in a pool, and
Oh, yeah, we didn't mention the whole thing.
and that's like how they got it.
And, like, she has to, like,
She kicks him in the head.
Yeah.
He does not wake up.
No, that's another thing he likes, sleep.
Yeah, she brings him like on top of the car, hanging off the top of the car. Does not wake up.
No.
Does not wake up until he smells the secretary's perfume,
Yes.
and then is suddenly Mr. Suave. But anyway, the garage,
Yeah.
where they have returned, there are 6 women who come in. They're all like, "Oh, happy birthday, Jackie Chan."
And he's like, "Oh, hell yeah."
Yeah.
And he's also like, "Feed me that cake.
Give me that
I'll
cake.
deal with you ladies in a second. I give you some cake."
Well, and they're like, "Oh, we're going to tie you up. We're going to have some fun with you." And he's like, "Yeah, let's do this."
As long as I get cake, you can do whatever you want.
Yeah.
So as soon as they get him tied up, they go, "You put all our boyfriends in jail. Now we're going to beat the crap out of you."
And he's like, "No."
No. Yeah. And
he's like, I'll kind of fight you with both hands tied behind my back.
Yeah.
yeah. And he's doing a lot of rolls over cars and
He somersaults over one thing with his head. That's pretty good.
yeah, it's a bike.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, he flips over the bike and his head hits the seat and he keeps going.
God, I don't know how he does this shit.
Yeah, but eventually he gets a gun and is kind of holding on them with his hands behind his back, and then that's when the cousin walks in. He's like, "What are you doing with all these
Yeah.
girls?" And all the girls are
Let's
immediately like,
stop referring to her as the cousin, because, like, it's going to get increasingly weird.
well,
and
"What's her
confusing.
name?"
Carrie.
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 Yeah.
Okay,
Yes.
Carrie comes
Sidekick
in.
lady, I don't know.
Carrie.
Carrie drives in,
Carrie.
holding a cake like out of the sunroof of the car. Like, "I'm here for your. Hey, what the hell is this?" And he's like, "Well, these women are trying to kill me," and the women are all like, "No, we were servicing you. It's a happy birthday
We're
party."
here partying for the birthday.
And he's like, "Oh no!" And so she's like, "I'll show you," and throws a cake at him, which he ducks. It hits the hammock, and then boomerangs back at her, hits her in the face. This is just like this running theme of humiliation for her for no real reason.
And she goes, "Well, you don't get your birthday present now. You're not going on the cruise.
Right.
I bought you."
Yes.
and takes off.
Yeah.
And maybe she established this here, but I didn't know it until like almost pretty much the end of the movie. But she takes her cousin.
So is that who that dude was?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh.
All right.
And
She
that's
did
why I'm
say
saying
cousin.
it's about to get fucking weird
Oh,
because
okay.
all that dude does is like, I want to bone you.
I thought that dude was like her wannabe boyfriend. I didn't know that.
Right.
Oh,
Is
okay.
he her cousin?
Yeah, the very end of the movie, he's like,
Yeah.
my cousin.
Go help
Oh.
them, cousin.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe that was a who knows.
Could be bad translation.
I think
don't-
that might have been a translation error.
Whatever.
Dan,
Did we
I
s-
hope so.
Maybe
we-
she meant go help my cousin.
Maybe it
I
was
don't
like
know.
her eighth cousin. I don't know.
Could be.
Did we say when she stole that dude's clothes that she went into his pocket
No,
and
I was
he
about to
had
mention that.
she also had a ticket for the cruise?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So-
Yeah, they're basically all converging on this.
Yeah, but it's like at this point it's like independent of each other. Like he's not detecting her getting on this cruise. It's just he goes there looking for the Carrie,
Yeah.
Carrie.
who he knows is getting on the cruise.
Mm-hmm.
And he tries to get on. He, like the guards are like, "Sir, may we have your ticket?" And he's like, "Here you go." And they're
No,
like,
they just go like, I think we were missing something, and then
well,
He hands them a stick of gum.
because
And they're like, no,
"Sir,
this
this
is gum.
is a stick of gum,
They don't even come close to falling for it.
sir." And then he hands him like a
Mahjong
mahjong club card, and yeah, he's not getting on. So,
Yeah.
He
Eventually,
sneaks on.
he has to stow away in the luggage.
yeah,
Before he runs up there, he runs into two other very attractive ladies.
Oh, yeah.
That are like just all styled out,
Mm-hmm.
walking up towards the ship, and they show up later. They're secret agents.
one of them's a
Some
secret
sort.
agent.
Yeah.
The other one's like a tag along,
Right.
which
the,
is weird.
the others are +1.
Yeah,
Yeah.
which is really
yeah,
weird.
who's
That-
really she's not even given a name in the
No,
credits.
no.
Because the secret agent is Psycho. Saeko.
Okay.
Psycho. And the other one is listed as Psycho's friend.
Yeah, that's pretty
So-
much it. The movie's not big on characterization.
No.
like, okay, so you're on a stakeout to take out potential terrorists, and you bring along a friend.
They don't even really call it a stakeout. It's like they'd gotten a tip that terrorists are going to take over the boat,
Right.
and they say when it proves to be true, we'll get paid.
And
they-
we
like
stop
they're-
it. And she said, and we stop it.
Really?
I think.
Because it
Yeah.
just sounded like we will call the police when our tip comes true, and then we collect the money because the authorities will show up.
I don't know. This
It's-
is some Evil Dead reboot bullshit here. Like we're going to a drug intervention. Let's bring a friend.
She's her
Yeah.
cover.
Sure.
Whatever.
Yeah, sure.
Well, and the friend is very much like, hey, we're on a cruise. Gonna be a lot of hot dudes on this cruise.
Yeah.
But
Well-
a bunch of hot rich men.
Yeah. Little did she know the chick to dude ratio on this is like
The word.
500
For her.
to 2.
Yeah.
For every man, there are 250 women.
Yes. Also, the plus
Couldn't you
one
just
has
said 250 to 1.
I know.
the plus one also has a boob problem.
I mean, I wouldn't call it a problem.
I would because she's unable to stay upright.
Only when she's trying to hold things out in
I
front
mean,
of her.
all right.
It is implied that
She puts down her luggage and then she's like, whoa, whoa, whoa. And then
Well, she's
the
trying to-
camera
she's
shows
trying
us
to-
her boobs, and
right.
it's like the implication is, well, her boobs are just so heavy that this poor lady topples
They're
over at any
local-
time.
Localized gravity.
They're not ridiculous.
No, they're not.
they are.
They're
Yeah.
far from ridiculous.
It's
Right.
anime bullshit. Is
They're
what it is.
normal sized chest.
Yeah.
I-
If it was an American movie, they would be Dolly Parton sized.
Yes.
But
Right.
for some reason, they didn't bother in this.
Yeah. So anyway,
But-
I wanted to
but
point that
yes.
out.
But the
because
camera
it's
makes sure
actually
to
a
let
plot
us know.
point.
Yeah.
Yes.
It is.
well, and her friend's just like having trouble standing up or losing your balance again, huh? Great.
Yeah. You.
And then just walks off and leaves.
Yeah, doesn't pick her up, just leaves her like, you idiot. Yeah. So Jackie Chan escapes from the bag that he snuck in on, and this begins his pursuit of food.
Well, and also his pursuit by the authorities on the boat,
Yes.
who they want to get him off the boat or at least take him into custody,
But they don't want
but they
anyone...
don't want to disturb anyone else
Yeah.
while doing it. So this leads to him doing a whole I'm going to pick up this table and walk with it, and you guys aren't going to jump on me.
Yeah, 'cause
you
it'll
don't
make
wanna-
noise.
Yeah, and there's a piece of toast that's on the table.
I just like that he's pretending to serve people, carrying around this table with used drinks on it. Would you care for a drink? Yeah, but then yes, he's like, "Oh, look, toast. I need it."
Was it toast? I think it might have been cake. I think we mistook it for
It looked like
toast.
bread. That's all it looked like.
It was
looked like
big old chunk of
plain
bread.
Because it's
slice of bread.
squished.
It does squish.
Yeah, but he does all these, like, he ends up dumping the table and like running upstairs and dumping the table, and the bread falls on the ground.
Yeah, the bread
And
becomes
this-
the antidote from what is it, Temple of Doom or
Yes,
whatever.
yes.
I mean, I know that's not the first case of this
No.
bullshit, but it's what came to mind.
But it doesn't get. It's just a dude comes over and Jackie Chan's like, "Hey, don't step on my bread." And
Well, and he's like, "No,
Yeah.
don't the bread." And they have like a slow motion of the foot coming down on camera, as if to show the bread being smashed.
yeah,
And Jackie Chan does the fucking Fist of the North Star thing on this guy. Like, he runs over and like pop, 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 pumps, punches him in the chest a bunch of times. I'm like, holy shit, that guy's head's gonna blow up in a second. Jackie Chan fucking murdered that guy for stepping on a piece of bread.
he was
He
upset.
just fell over. But this also, just to point out how fucking stupid and goofy everything is, this guy has like beyond a duckbill cap.
Oh,
it's like a goose bill cap or a pelican bill cap.
It's like 2
Pelican,
feet
yeah.
long.
yeah.
It looked like it might have had solar panels on it.
Yeah.
I don't know. It was weird. But he just like flips the thing off with his hand.
He's like,
when
"Hey, that was my bread, punk." And then
Yeah.
he
But I mean,
murders
this
him.
is like a comically large guy, and he's just got this enormous bill on his hat, and yeah.
But
Look,
yeah,
you
but
stepped on
Jackie
my
Chan
bread. Yes,
fucking
Yeah.
yes, he fisted
stopped
the
his
restaurant.
heart and blew up his skull.
Yeah, totally did. He's hungry. Man's hungry.
Yeah, clearly.
Because yeah, that's when he wanders into the pool area, which is when it's
Because everybody else has wandered into the pool
it's
area
just the
as well.
Simply Irresistible video in there. It's just a million women and one dude. So, like, the secret agent and friend are in there, and friend goes and Jackie Chan sort of meet each other, and
friend thinks Jackie Chan is super cute.
yeah, and Jackie Chan also thinks she's kind of cute as he pans down to stare at her boobs, which become cheeseburgers.
Turn into hamburgers, yeah.
And then
Literally.
yes, and then other body parts become chicken wings and
And her leg
I was
is-
kind of disappointed that they couldn't come up with another meat product for any
Use
other
chicken again.
Yeah, they,
Yeah.
they reused
I was
chicken.
expecting
Pork
a
chop.
ham for the leg, but perhaps her legs weren't big.
yeah.
No.
Shame that.
But yeah, so
Been like I don't know. It's hard to a hot dog. Or maybe a hot dog.
Sure.
Would you eat it?
I know I would.
if the lady's leg was made of a hot dog. But yeah, so he's just staring at her rack. And then the secret agent comes over and is just like, "Why are you dealing with him?" And he's just in
Yeah,
the
'cause
background.
she knows he's City Hunter and is not impressed.
Yeah.
She's like,
Well,
the
she
one
knows
person.
he doesn't have any money.
Yeah. He's like, "That guy's a fuck. Don't just leave him alone." And pulls her away just as he is about to eat her. He's like going in to bite
To
her.
chomp her. Yeah.
Yes. And then he's like, "Ah, shucks, I
He's
didn't
like,
get to
I was
eat
going to
that
bite a
lady."
titty.
Yeah.
He was going to chomp her humps.
Yeah.
Her lovely lady humps.
Well, doesn't he say something like, "Come back, burger"? Or-
Yes, he does.
Yeah. But
Yeah.
so he decides that he sits down on he's got to hide from everyone.
Yeah,
So
because
he's
they're still
somehow
looking for him.
immediately changed into a bathing suit and is in the middle of a picture of all these ladies posing, and then kind of sits down on one of the lounge chairs and puts a magazine over his face, upside down, of course, because
Oh.
that's what you do.
There was one point when he was running away from everyone that he was right in front of the foghorn of the boat, and
That's right.
he got blasted with horn noise, so he can't really hear
So
anything.
now he's deaf.
Yes.
He got a thunder blast.
I
boat.
can't hear now.
So
Yeah, there is that.
and so Carrie and I guess her male cousin have arrived and are being weird, especially weird now that I know that.
Oh yeah, well she's being very dismissive of him.
Yeah. And he's like, "Why can't we stay in the same room?" And she's like, "You can stay in my room." And he's like, "Duh." And he actually face into camera upon hearing that and starts making gross faces at us. And then she's like, "And I'll stay in your room." And he's like, "Wah, wah, wah."
Also, he threatened Richard Norton and his cronies too.
Oh, right.
Yeah. Or no, that was another random dude, wasn't it? Was that him?
No,
No,
he
that was
threatened,
him. Yeah,
he
okay.
threatened Richard Norton's
Yeah.
cronies.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm just saying, like, he was acting all big and tough because after she shoots him down and, like, walks away, he has this whole weird monologue of, like, "And she will be mine!"
Oh,
and-
God. He goes into just this men's rights bullshit of just, "I will slay this dragon." And
Hashtag nice guy. And And then there's a whole group of people behind him who are like, oh, yeah,
right
good
on.
job, good job.
And then
Oh.
he faints. Yeah.
Sure.
Sure.
There's a lot of fainting
Again,
in this.
there's
Again, it's
a
super
lot
anime.
of cultural stuff that doesn't
Yeah.
translate well to
But it's going
our
with,
dirty American eyes.
it's all going with like the frantic pace of like the crazy anime. Like
Yeah.
not just like anime in general, but like the Fooly Coolies of the world of like just shit is you know.
Yeah. Because like Carrie and Jackie Chan are trying to have a conversation. He's like, I can't hear you, and she's like, you don't care about me, blah blah blah.
You
And
never
he's like-
listen to me.
He's like, I can't literally listen
and-
to you. And
yeah,
she's like,
because they start the conversation and then they show it from his perspective
Yeah.
with no sound.
Yeah, 'cause they're
Whereas
just making
they're
faces.
wildly gesticulating in front of him, and he's just like,
what? I don't know.
yeah,
Uh-huh.
and he keeps saying, I can't hear.
Yeah.
I can't hear anything.
Yes.
And
She pushes him in the pool,
yeah.
which he immediately gets back out and is like, I can
Hey.
hear now.
Yeah.
And she's like, you son of a bitch, and pushes him back in.
Apparently water pressure cures deafness.
Yes.
Now we know.
Yes. That is the cure.
Yeah.
I don't know.
So, meanwhile, Richard Norton and company are they're planning to wreck to take all of the rich people on the boat hostage.
Yes. Well,
And-
when Jackie Chan gets pushed in the water the second time, he exits the movie for about 20 minutes.
Yeah.
This becomes plot setup and also some introduction of some other characters who are kind of important, but we never really get a good idea of who or what they are.
Yeah, one of which is Gary Daniels,
Yes.
of course.
He is
in a Speedo.
he's working out in his room
Yeah.
and just rolling all over, touching everything.
Yeah.
Well, yeah. What's best is he's working out in Richard Norton's room. We find out
Yeah, oh yeah.
because like he wrote like he is like we're pretty sure he's wearing a Speedo like behind whatever he's but like he does this like rollover couch into split and then does this weird like split stand up.
Yeah.
Like just brings his legs together and pushes himself up and does a couple more moves, and that's when Richard Norton goes
Yeah.
in and like, "Hey, my room." And,
Yeah. But his batch has been touched.
Oh, yeah.
Everything in that room. Everything
Absolutely.
in that room is
yeah. He teabagged his fucking drum set. That's for sure.
Gary Daniels' batch has been on everything in there. And they're just like, all right, let's suit up. Let's do this.
Yeah, but we're also introduced to it's a guy who's playing cards and he's cheating because he's
He's a card manipulator.
yeah.
He's Gambit.
Yeah, he is, because that becomes his thing, is throwing playing cards and
Murdering
people with them. But yeah, he's never really established, like, aside from being there, I guess, to scam people at the casino,
Yeah.
which actually leads into a fight when he scams one guy, and the guy's like, I think you're cheating. You keep winning. You're cheating. Somebody search him.
Yeah.
And then he just basically tells this, like, beats up a couple guys, and then tells security, no, I'm not.
Here's a tip.
It was self-defense.
Self-defense.
Here's
Self-defense.
$100.
Here's a tip.
Put the cigarette out.
And,
I
and
gotta
those
go.
guys are immediately like, everything's fine here.
Yeah. And he goes, all right, I'm going to cash out now.
I really feel like I need to learn at least the basics of Baccarat.
Baccarat.
Or Baccarat.
I don't get it.
Well, I'm just like, because they said that guy was the dealer.
That's what I thought, but he was
banker.
sitting next
Banker.
Banker?
Yeah, the banker.
There's a dealer, and
Banker.
then there's a banker, and then there's a candlestick maker, and a dealer, banker, tinker, tailor, soldier, spy.
Yeah.
Butcher and City Hunter.
Yes.
Okay.
But it's like the, it's just the position in, like,
yeah, it's positioning.
like
Like,
poker, basically.
the dealer doesn't have a hand. I think the banker has a hand, and
Yeah.
everybody goes around playing against the banker or something.
Sure.
And then it switches who's the banker, maybe.
It just seems to me like
Okay.
face
I don't know.
cards in that game don't mean shit. Like they mean zero, but you're still trying to get the highest. I've never
I
understood
think
the
so.
game.
I think face cards count for nothing. Aces count for 1. Everything else is its number value, and you're trying to get the highest number.
Yeah.
I've just never understood how
So it's
someone
like-
says they're good at that game, but it just seems here's 2 cards.
It's
good
war
luck.
with stakes.
Oh, okay.
Like stakes?
Yes.
It's very close quarters combat.
Yeah.
Mostly good against vampires.
Somebody send us an email explaining Baccarat.
Yes.
No.
We have
Please
the internet. Like,
Yeah, we can go to Wikipedia.
I'm just saying,
I
like,
want to hear it from the people.
I want to watch a
The
YouTube.
email is going to be a "Let me Google that for you" link.
That's
It
fine.
says how to play Baccarat.
I bet there's a nice ESMR video of someone cosplaying as a Baccarat player.
I would watch that. I would watch that.
play Baccarat.
I take the cards out. My wizard sleeve.
at some point,
You pause and you order a martini.
My God.
Now say your name.
Last name, then first name, then last name again.
Yep.
Okay, so
So yeah, that's Cine
That's
Con.
Baccarat.
Oh, Baccarat. Yeah.
yeah.
But so this guy is good at throwing cards at people and like disarming them with them, and
Yeah, because
as we learn later, fucking cutting their heads.
yeah, because in
open
this
with
he
them.
just throws a bunch of cards and like dude's ties get cut off,
Yeah.
and then they're all just like, "Whoa, okay, you got skills." And one of the cards ends up with Secret Agent Lady. She catches one.
Yeah, she catches it midair.
Yeah, so she's got that.
And apparently stores it away for safekeeping
Yes.
later.
He
And
tells
is-
her to keep it.
And is this when the musical number just attacks us? Is
I
it
think
like
so,
right
yeah.
after this
Yeah.
when it's just like two dudes jump in from the ceiling and go ha, and then it's like a musical number that they start swinging around the Secret Agent and
Is she
her
wearing
lady
the
friend?
Is she wearing the motorcycle outfit at
Not yet.
Baccarat?
No.
She changes.
No,
to
okay,
that
yeah,
later.
because she changes into that, and she's wearing the motorbike outfit for the musical number.
As in,
I think. No,
Is it
wait,
a-
she's not. No.
Yeah, no.
Yeah,
She's
they just
just in a
smashed you at
gown.
next.
Yeah.
To
God,
be
it's so
fair,
hard to-
the motorbike outfit is like a halter top that says motor on one boob and bike on the other.
It's
Yep.
just this weird like cross stitched like,
To which I said, you misspelled boat, lady.
but it's just like it's got like just stitching. It says vroom, and then here's a car over here, and it's just what is your weird?
The strange thing is, like, I think that was supposed to be fancy dress.
Yes, that was special evening wear.
Well, yeah.
But yeah, so anyway, we're assaulted by a musical number. I don't have.
it goes on for a while.
I have no fucking idea what happens in this, but it's just constant like.
It's DJ Hard and DJ Soft.
Wait, really?
Yes.
Yeah, they're the ones playing Street Fighter later.
Well, I knew that.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I knew
keep
they
coming
become
back.
characters in this, but like, it's just like 5-second vignettes of them doing something. Like they will just pull out Tommy guns and shoot each other, and then suddenly they launch each other across the room, and then they grab someone and spin them around, and
It's a big musical number.
yeah.
I particularly like where they attach sparklers to their feet and then spin around with one leg out.
Those
Yeah.
are really good.
Yeah. Okay.
But
yes.
like the whole, it's not just like a musical number on stage. Like the whole room becomes part of it too.
Oh yeah, they all join in, and then as soon as it's over, like everyone acts like that never happened. They just immediately go back to their tables.
Which is strange because most of the time when this movie goes to the completely fantastical, there's some reasoning behind it.
Yeah.
Like in other parts of this movie where it's just like, all right, shit's about to go nuts, but here's why. Somebody, conks their head or
This
is
literally
asleep or whatever.
drops right in,
Yeah, and
and
it's
then
just like,
immediately is
hey.
yanked right out.
Yeah. Meanwhile, all our bad guys have gone over their plan. And they've loaded up,
Including Ted.
including a henchman named Ted.
Okay, Ted.
Was
you
the
go-
one who gets
Was it
named.
the one Asian dude out of the crowd too? I think because
The bald guy,
Yeah,
I
there's the
think.
bald Asian. There's like most all of them are like probably Australian.
Yeah.
like Richard Norton and Gary
Oh,
Daniels. But
yes.
like there's one bald-headed Asian dude, and I'm pretty sure he might be the one that had that name, which is
yeah,
makes it
Ted.
even
You
funnier.
go. You
Yeah.
go right.
But yeah. He's like, you take care of this, Ted.
Yeah. And their plan is basically, I've got a list. There are 60 millionaires on this list. We're gonna take their money,
Yeah.
and then we'll be rich.
Yeah, we're basically going to rob them
yeah.
on a casino boat.
Right. To which they go down to.
Well, what happens is while they're doing this,
Right.
the girl from the beginning who City Hunter had been hired to track down.
The
and
banker's
had,
daughter.
Yeah, the banker's daughter who had snuck her way onto...
She stole that man's ticket.
Yeah, she stole a man's ticket and snuck her way onto the boat.
Yeah.
To be fair, do you realize how many bad things would have happened if that weird old lecherous dude had gotten on this boat with the
With a million
250
women?
to
Oh.
1 ratio of ladies?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It also would have been bad for cinema because there would have been a lot of like, "Hey, ladies"
Yeah.
scenes, and it's just you. It's bad enough when Jackie Chan is constantly doing it.
Yeah.
Hello, I am a photographer.
But so she overhears them from the other room, and of course is like putting a glass to the side to the wall in the
It's
shower.
because one of the guys fucks up and fires his gun.
Which, oh man, Richard Norton's like, the guy's just like loaned his gun and it goes off, and the reaction that Richard Norton gives is just like, you stupid fuck.
Yeah.
But then just like continues right
well,
on.
and Gary Daniels knocks that guy out immediately.
Yeah.
And he's like, "Let this be a lesson to you."
Oh wait, no, that was actually later. There was several points where people just shot guns.
I think
when
it's
they
the
weren't
same
supposed
guy. I
It's
think he
the
just
same
keeps
guy.
doing it.
to. Yeah. There's several points where people just fire guns when they
Yeah.
don't mean to. But
Oops, I didn't even think that might
Yeah.
be the same guy.
He's
it's
just trigger
it's a
happy.
character trait that we just missed.
Yeah.
But
But yeah, she hears the gunshot and is like, "Oh, I better listen."
Yeah.
And then manages to lean over and turn the shower on, to which she screams, just like a quick yelp, you know, yip. Just and then but they're like, "Go check it out," which means go over there with a gun. It couldn't be, I don't know, she saw a spider or a rat or dropped something on her foot. I mean, it's
course
just,
not.
This movie is like, let's jump to the conclusion that someone was listening in and murdered them.
Yes.
Which, considering what their end game was, I suppose it works. It's not completely out of line.
No.
Yeah. But she sets up this whole Rube Goldberg trap for this guy.
She's going to launch like an ashtray at whoever's crotch opens that door.
A pointy ashtray.
Yes. It's going to be bad. But yeah, so dude comes in, and this whole
It
thing
triggers all these things.
They all do all their things, and then they cut to the projectile, and it just goes.
Yeah, it just gets knocked on the floor.
And the guy's like, "What the hell was that?" But she gets out of there. She gets by him because it's not like she accosts like an officer of the boat right after that. And it's
Yeah,
just like,
she's
"Oh
just
my
able
god,
to-
there's terrorists!
Yeah.
He's like, "Oh, really?
Come with me to
Yeah.
meet the captain down here in the dungeon."
They go to the engine room,
Right.
And,
Yeah, where Jackie Chan is,
yeah.
he's found a rat, which he is going to
You dirty
eat.
rat.
He's hungry.
Yeah, a live rat.
Yes.
He's a rat soup eating motherfucker.
Yes.
Yeah, but this this officer of the boat is like, oh, so she's like, what are we doing down here? And he's like, oh, so you wanted to report the terrorists? I'm one of them.
I'm a terrorist.
She goes, oh, you scumbag.
Yeah. He's like, yeah, well, I'm going to shoot you now. And then Jackie Chan's like, hey, hold on a second. Hi, I'm here now. He kicks the gun out of that dude's hand and grabs it. I don't know if this becomes like... He dispatches that guy, basically.
Well, yeah. What happens is he he gets the gun from that guy, and that's when everyone else shows up, and they're like, "Oh shit!" And he's like, "All right." He tells the girl to run.
Yeah.
And he's like, "If I'll shoot him if you don't put your guns down." And then Richard Norton's just like, "Why don't you just shoot him?" And then Jackie Chan's like, "Uh-oh."
Yeah.
And then runs out of the room, and
They murder that guy.
yeah, they murder the fuck out of whoever that guy was.
Yeah. This movie's violence is weird, but this is kind of the first instance of someone just being flat out murdered. Like, there's going to be a lot of death on this boat. And this is the first, really. But yeah, a lot of innocent people are going to die. Violently. Mowed down with bullets.
Yeah.
Sometimes when they're kind of being rescued.
Yeah. Yeah. Like, the rescuers will step out of the way and allow them to be bullet sponges.
Hey, man.
Yeah. So basically, like, Richard Norton and crew head into the main...
Yeah, because the stage where the DJs have done their show, the captain comes out.
Yeah.
He's like, "Oh, well, I'm gonna pop the champagne
The
for all
ceremonial champagne.
for all of you here on the boat, and we'll begin the cruise." And the second he pops the champagne, that motherfucker gets shot in the chest.
Yep. And everyone's like, wait.
Oh,
Oh,
no.
I was really hoping he was shot by a Magnum.
He had a big bottle of champagne. Yeah, he did.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then, Richard Norton gets up there and starts,
Monologuing.
yeah. It's like, all right, here's what's going to happen. I'm going to call out names, and
This is a list.
he does. He's like, here's what's going to happen.
Holds up a piece of paper. This is a
list.
list.
I'm going to call your name.
I'm going to call your name.
You either come up here when I call you, or you die. Which seems like a goofy plan, because I would just not go up there.
Be like, my name's not on the list.
Yeah.
I'm
I'm
Fred.
Bob Johnson.
Yeah.
I'm totally not on there. So they start calling names, and then it just becomes weird robbery of just like, all right, everyone just put your money in, all your jewels and wallets and purses in a sack. And then he's like, hey, who likes games? Let's go play games. Everyone line up.
No.
So he
Right,
goes,
we're going to play Baccarat now
Right,
for
right.
your life,
so he,
which seems really unfair.
it's,
I'd lose.
this seems like a waste of time for a master criminal
you don't know how to play Baccarat.
to do
Mostly,
this,
yeah.
He's
because
on the boat.
but there's no end game to this. It's just, I'm going to murder everyone one by one.
And if you do win, we're gonna play another hand until you lose.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
really, at a certain point, the people would be like, just if you're gonna shoot me, fucking shoot me now, because it's better than watching this Baccarat
Well,
bullshit.
he kills the first two people who lose, because one loses, the next one ties, and he's like, ties counts as a loss, blam. The third guy's like, no, I'm not doing it. I'm not going up there. No, that's dumb. And so they murder that guy.
That guy gets it worse because he tries to run away.
Yeah.
And he gets like blasted off of the stairs,
Yes.
which means he gets launched off an air cannon while squibs go off on him.
Yeah. But eventually, Gambit gets up there. And he's like, all right, time to fight me with cards. And so they play like 29 hands.
You've won 28 times.
It's also established that he was cheating earlier.
Yeah, he's
Yeah.
sleight of hand manipulating cards. It was probably how he got to 29 cards here.
Yeah.
Or 29 hands. But
He's
You'd
cheating
think
death.
he'd run out of cards.
yeah, and he kind of does because he's about to lose. And then I guess that's when Jackie Chan has shown up.
Well, because like they're playing, and the Carrie's cousin shows up and is like, because he's seen
He
him
turned-
walking up
yeah.
up on the balcony. He's like,
Well, yeah, we skipped an entire scene, which is the fight in the theater.
Oh, shit.
This all happens
Okay.
before that,
yeah.
where
Yeah.
Jackie Chan and the girl go into a theater because they're running away from all of them.
Yeah.
And Game of Death, just the the Bruce Lee scene.
Yes.
The Bruce Lee Kareem Abdul-Jabbar scene is on there, and they basically get into this whole like protracted shootout thing for one.
Yep.
But then he gets in this fight where he has to fight these two like 7-foot tall guys, and they keep just doing like the push him in the face thing, and he's swinging at them and he can't reach them. And then
He's using the movie for tips.
Yeah,
Like he will look up at the screen and see Bruce Lee take down Kareem and is like, okay, now I'll sweep the leg, and then I'll be able to do that. So it's not as clever as I thought it was going to be. That like this seemed to be a lot more setup than what we got, but it's still pretty good. Like there's one bit where one of the guys just drags Jackie Chan over the top of these chairs, just fucking destroying his genitals to where he hops around like an idiot for a good 20 seconds after that.
Well, there's also the first time he comes out, like he runs out the door and gets kicked in the chest.
Yes.
And there's a footprint that's like size 25 foot on his chest. And and the girl's like, "Are you okay?" And he's like, "Yeah, I'm fine." He just brushes it off and goes back out there to get his ass kicked again.
yeah. There was also like there's plenty of points throughout this movie where this happens, but somebody will say City Hunter and he just strikes a fucking pose like I am the coolest thing ever.
Yeah.
And he gets a little music stinger.
Yeah, and like because there's a point where the girl is like, "Wow, he's so great," and he just does the like, "Yeah, City Hunter," and the music plays, and she's like,
City Hunter.
I mean him.
Yeah.
They don't ever say Bruce Lee, but she like points up at Bruce Lee, and he's like, "Oh yeah, he's pretty good."
There's also a bit where right before he got kicked in the chest where they're running away and he's like, "What are we gonna do?" And she's like, and he's like, "Wait, no, you say that." And she's like, "What are we gonna do?" And he's like, "I'll tell you what we're gonna do." It's-
Yeah.
But I mean, we're underselling some of the stunts he does.
Oh, absolutely.
Like he does a thing where he like grabs the curtain on the wall and is like climbing up the wall and kicking the guy while doing that.
Yeah.
And
There's just strikes a pose while he's hanging from that too.
Yeah.
So,
yeah.
yeah. But I mean, it's
This is like his first actual fight scene in the movie. Like first extended, not just like punch, everything's done.
yeah.
right.
And yeah, I thought, like I said, I thought it was going to be more clever than this, but it's still pretty good for a mid-movie sequence.
The weird way that they end the scene is he's walking out and he looks up at the screen and he goes like, "Hey, thanks, you're pretty cool." And then like just found like there's a voice out of nowhere and it just goes, "Yeah, you too." It's like
City Hunter.
like the ghost of Bruce Lee spoke to him through the screen or something.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah. But anyway, they've snuck out from
Yeah,
there,
okay.
and that's when they're sneaking around on the upper balconies. And that's when Cowardly Cousin is like trying to tell Richard Norton, "I can tell you where City Hunter is." And he's like, "Oh, I'd like to know that."
Yeah, he's what's his name from Die Hard.
I don't really
immediately.
understand if like he was just trying to cause a distraction so he could get free, because he looks back up and he's gone and he's like, "Oh, never mind."
Yeah.
But then Richard Norton kind of looks over and he's like on the 80s, 90s multi-television big screen.
To which he sees himself and City Hunters.
Yeah.
to the
Strikes a
camera.
pose.
Yeah.
But yeah, and of course he's like, "Get him."
Yeah. Yes, get him.
Yeah, and as that happens, that's when
Well, that's when like the chaos happened. Cause,
yeah,
like,
that's
it's
when the card guy like just starts chucking cards at dudes and fucking murdering them.
Yes.
and almost gets Richard Norton, but like he jumps back and
Yeah.
it hits his glasses and knocks him off his face. But
Yes.
does not murder him in the neck or forehead like the other guys get.
No, everyone else gets it bad.
Yeah.
Yeah, so, yeah, this is just kind of chaotic and...
it just allows all the hostages to escape basically, and
And
everybody
Jackie Chan
kinda spreads.
doesn't he do a dive off of one of the balconies onto a dolphin that's
Yeah.
hanging from the ceiling?
He swings over, shooting a machine gun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, it's one of those like it has two cables holding it in place, which in movie world means if you cut one, it'll just swing all the way across the room.
Yeah, because the other
Right.
cable was way over
Right.
there.
Yeah.
It's the only way you can keep it straight.
Yeah. But I like that Psycho has she's shooting someone and runs out of bullets, and then as
Which
he
is a running
swing-
theme with her too.
Yeah, but as he swings by, he hops off and she grabs the gun, and is like, "We got to go get them."
Yeah.
And then just takes off with the gun.
Yeah.
And he's like, "Wait, what?"
Yeah.
Well, she's like, we got to go get them, and he's like, I got to go save whatever Carrie is that the
Yes.
yeah sidekick cousin
Yeah,
girlfriend
Because she's been dragged away by Richard Norton.
Yeah.
No, by Gary Daniels.
Oh,
And-
right,
Well,
sorry.
but on top of that, it's like not only should she take both guns, she's like, all right, cool, you go do that.
Yeah.
I got all the guns now.
Yes. Yeah. Gary Daniels has dragged her away. To which, so, okay. So this is in an American movie. This scene would just be straight up gross.
Yes.
In this movie, it's gross mixed with awkward because they start.
Everything's played comedically in this scene.
Yes.
Despite the fact that he's basically attempting to rape her.
Pretty much, but she is pretending like, "Hey, are you into violence?" and just is constantly using attempts to knock him out. But because she's not as strong as he is, it's not working.
Yeah, like the first one was like, hey, let me pour some drinks, and
Yeah.
then she's like, oh, you're so strong, let me lift your shirt up, and then she puts it over his head, grabs two cognac bottles, and goes crack, and he's just like, hey,
Yeah, and she's like, "Oh, ha, ha," and then just like, "Do you like it when I punch your chest?" Pop, 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 pop. And he's like, "Not really."
Yeah. And then he fucking punches her in the gut.
Yeah.
Sends her flying across the room.
Yeah,
To which all we get is birdie noises, and
yeah. Most part, whenever there's violence against any of the main characters, you kind of just get that reaction.
yeah. I mean, to be fair, like the women actors are pretty much just all part of the stunt team too.
Sure,
I mean,
absolutely.
they're- But
It's not as egregious as one part later, but
no,
but so anyway, it's about to get really bad, and Jackie Chan, comes in, explodes into the room, basically. To which she uses this as an opportunity to kind of start making him jealous, even though it's just part of her plan to be like, get him. But at first, it's like, what the hell are you doing, lady? Because it just immediately turns into, me and my boyfriend, we're about to have sex here, Jackie Chan. Get out.
we're about to party.
Yeah.
As she puts it.
And that goes on for about a minute, and then she just kind of wraps her arms around him and is like, get him. To which,
Yeah, it's Gary Daniels. He chucks her away, and
it's time to fight.
but it's not.
Well, it's not a fight. It's a collection of misses.
It's with comedic music, them just swinging and missing at each other, and just basically dodging every punch and kick thrown.
dodging or blocking. They land every 12th hit, maybe.
If that. I mean, this is just highly coordinated missing is what's
Yeah.
happening here. Occasional blocking. It's not what you think is going to happen when these two finally get together. They don't wreck this room, which is what should have happened. But eventually,
Yeah, Richard Norton
and crew throw open the door, and that's when one of the guys, his gun just goes off again.
yeah, that's when he gives them the look, like, oh, really? Like, just. But it's like mid conversation because he starts to speak, guy goes, and he just like motherfucker, and then just like, all right, keeps going.
Yeah, and I like that Jackie Chan has his hands up, but he's still kind of sideways fighting with Gary Daniels.
Yeah.
They're still kind of messing with each other during this while Richard Norton is speechifying at them. But eventually, it's just they get the drop on Jackie Chan, and that's it. And it's just
Yeah.
we're gonna take you upstairs and firing squad you on top of the boat.
And she has she's hiding behind a little screen or whatever that's on the side of the room.
A
And she
room
pushes
divider.
that over and runs away.
Yeah.
And meanwhile, the other group of everyone they're trying to sneak back to their room because she has all her guns.
She has
There.
a suitcase full of guns.
Yes.
Lots and lots of guns. Well, speaking of guns, by the way, Richard Norton has RoboCop's gun.
He does.
Correct.
We should mention that. It's very important. When you see RoboCop's gun show up in a movie, it's always worth mentioning.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because it's a cool gun.
It is.
But unfortunately, they also reuse it, and then it comes out of the bag of guns that the
She also has
special
RoboCop's
lady
gun.
agent Lady Cop has.
Yeah.
Because she's got like this, just like triple-decker suitcase full of guns.
Yeah.
Which
layers and layers of guns.
Yeah.
Yeah, which they're trying to get down the hall,
Mm-hmm.
and it's like they've somehow met up with the banker's daughter,
Mm-hmm.
and they also have the two DJs
Mm-hmm.
who Jackie Chan had run into in the arcade,
Yeah.
playing Street Fighter, and asked them how to get to the casino stealthily,
Yeah.
and they basically tell him to take the elevator and don't whistle.
Right. Because he's like, how do I get to the casino? And they're like, take the elevator. It's like, how do I get there without making any sound? Take the elevator and don't whistle.
Which apparently the dub is take the elevator and don't tell anyone.
Yeah, which either line is pretty good. But yeah, so they've been
But
reestablished.
yeah, so this whole group is together,
Yeah.
along with the cowardly cousin,
Mhm.
who everyone has forgiven for trying to make a deal
I guess.
with bad guys. So
Yeah.
whatever. But yeah, but there's one guy walking down the hallway, and all the bad guys will know are wearing like red jumpsuits.
Puffy jumpsuits.
Yeah.
Like ridiculous, weird, like from that miniseries
Like-
V.
80s music video jumpsuits. It's,
But like a
it's
million
crazy.
pockets and just like when they suit up when like you see the first guy put one of these on, you're like, what in the fuck? Because it was right after the music number too, and you're just like, man, what's happening here? But yeah, so there's one guy in the hallway,
Yeah.
and
And they send boob friend up, who
she's like, I've got the
like-
assets to handle this.
Well, yeah, and she's put her hands up. She's like, "Oh, I'm surrendering. I'm your hostage. I have to do whatever you tell me."
Uh huh.
And he goes, "Oh, all right then."
Yeah.
And he fucking punches her in the stomach.
He beats the fuck out of her.
Yeah.
Like this goes on for an uncomfortably long time.
Yeah,
To-
and sends her flying down the hall.
yeah.
I thought it was just one straight good punch to
That's
the
what I
stomach that
thought it
like
was,
slid her
too.
back comically
No,
into the wall.
it was-
He punched her like 5 times.
Yeah.
And then
Yeah, and then sent her.
All right.
It was when it happened. It was way unnecessary.
Yeah.
It was way more than one shot.
And meanwhile, cowardly cousin had tried to sneak up behind the guy
gonna-
with his shoe and was going to hit him over the head, and was so stunned that he just beat the shit out of this woman that he just he turns around and then he starts talking into the shoe like a phone.
It's like, oh yeah, I'm on a cruise. I'm on the boat right now.
To which
It was a good time for him to get smart.
Yeah.
to which that guy goes, the bad guy goes, "Oh well, I think I know what I can do with you."
Yeah.
And he's like, what?" Mm-hmm. He's like, "I'll do anything you need to just to survive, or something like that." And he's like, "Well, let's go back to my room and find out, buddy."
Yeah. Yeah.
To which, of course, cowardly cousin is freaking out.
they cut to like him basically shoving the dude in the door of the room,
And-
he's cowardly cousin's shirt is missing. Well, he's missing his jacket. He's missing material off of his shirt around his chesticles.
Yes.
And then you see his looks like somebody tried to rip his pants pockets off of the back of his
Both of
pants.
his butt
and
cheeks are
both of
hanging
his
out.
butt cheeks are hanging out.
Yeah.
It's
And
pretty-
he's not happy about this.
No.
No.
But so he's on the bed being modest.
Yeah, he's in a literal gay panic at this point.
And the henchman is standing by the door. And so the three ladies are like, all right, how are we going to get in there? And they have the banker's daughters. They're like, just run at the door.
Yeah, they're kind of like, it's almost like they're hazing her.
It's weird because they're like, yeah, it'll totally work.
Yeah, it's super easy to do. Just
We've
run
all
at the-
done it.
yeah.
Now it's your
Bust down the door.
You do it. It's your time. So she runs full steam, but like dude is just standing up against the door. Like they didn't know that. So she goes just boing.
Yeah.
Flies off the door.
Jackson like hits him with the door, which hurts him, but she also just collapses.
Yeah. And then the others are like, all right, well, we'll also handle this in some way. And like one goes charging at the door. The guy opens the door. She goes up like she's going to do a pull up, swing her feet in, and ends up kicking him to where he goes flying onto the bed, but then bounces right back up.
Yeah,
And then-
there is one point because like the banker's daughter or whatever he is, he's actually like a newspaper guy, right? Wasn't?
Yes.
Is that what she said?
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, but like she goes like running in, and at that point when he bounces back off the bed, she's gotten back up and is like, "I'm gonna get him!" And it's like, and so like he bounces up and hits her, and she just flies back,
like chest to chest.
yeah, I
Just
mean, like it's like
runs into him.
It's like he was the air cannon.
Yes.
yeah.
Yeah. So
Yeah. But yeah, no, they've basically got him out of there.
Yeah, and then the Carrie gets a chair on top of him and like jumps on it
Yeah.
and pins him down, and that's when the cousin is like decides he's going to violate this guy while the chair is there.
Yeah.
and it's all hidden behind the chair, of course.
But something squishy and gross happens.
Yeah, and then the two DJs looking at the door like, "Is this a bad time?"
Yeah. It's like,
is this a private party?
Yeah.
yeah.
No. But then they all gear up, and
Boob girl falls over again when she's handed a gun.
Yeah.
I'll use this one. Oh.
yeah, but they all gear up and they decide that that the banker's daughter, we're just going to keep calling her that,
Sure.
is going to help save Jackie Chan, and the other ones are going to save the hostages.
Yeah.
So they go. The hostage stuff doesn't really matter.
Not
Aside from that gives card throwing guy who they run into again another chance to throw more cards into dudes' skulls.
Well, he was also the one like leading a giant group
Yes.
down a hallway to which armed people showed up at the other end of the hallway. He ducks out of the way, and they just start blasting indiscriminately into
The
this crowd.
front row of hostages is
Yeah.
just gunned down.
Yeah, and when he sees that one guy is bleeding, he feels guilty, and he's like, "Oh no,
Yeah. But
maybe I shouldn't have led them all down this hallway to their death."
yeah. Thing is, though, we just never understand who this guy is to know if he's like should feel bad or if he's just a shit. And
Yeah,
but
but he ends up throwing a bunch of them, shooting, killing a lot of guys, but getting shot in the arms.
yes, but
And-
he's out of cards. And Secret Agent Lady is down the corridor a little bit, and she's like, "I got one of your cards," and he does something like, "Throw it at them, and I'll do a thing." And she's like, "Yeah, I got it." And it's like, "How did you get that from that?" And so she whips the card down the hallway, and then he runs out in the hallway and just kind of like Pele kicks it harder at the last dude to kill him, but then he gets shot again.
Does he get shot again, or
I
does
thought he
just,
did,
I
'cause
think
he
he just
went
falls to
down-
the ground.
Does he? Okay.
Yeah.
I think he, for whatever reason, got shot in both arms, like right around the elbow.
Yeah.
But it was before that.
He'll never throw cards again. His career,
Yeah.
whatever, is over.
But but before he's done, he asks her out on a date.
Yeah.
She's like,
We'll see.
Yep.
If you live.
Yeah. Meanwhile, they've brought Jackie Chan up to the top of the boat, and they're just going to execute him. But they had to do the supervillain. We have to give you a speech,
Yeah.
and then this is going to be a real execution instead of all the other people that we just kind of shot.
Yeah. And he kind of asked for a last request, and they're like, "Yeah, what is it?" And he's like, "Please don't kill me."
Well, no, he says, "Kid, I just have something to eat."
Oh, that's right. Okay, yeah.
He asked for something to eat,
Right.
and they're like, "No, motherfucker, I'm going to shoot you."
And Richard Norton's like, "Let's put this crazy person out of his misery." Out of his misery.
Yeah, and that's when the banker's daughter runs out, and it's like, "Don't shoot him. My father, he owns the newspaper. He's very rich.
Yeah.
He won't be in 20 years, but for now, he's very rich.
Here's his number.
And yeah, and we can negotiate whatever you want.
Yeah.
Just and they're like, all right, thanks for the info.
Cool.
Okay, now let's kill Jackie Chan."
And she's like, "You jerks."
And that's when Boob Lady has shown up on one of the balconies,
Yep.
aiming at them, going, I'm gonna shoot, and she's got the RoboCop gun, and they're all like, "Oh, son of a bitch!" And they all
put their guns down.
Yeah, they all put their guns down, just instead of just turning and shooting at her.
Yeah.
But because she's top heavy, she falls over off the balcony and just lands face first
Yeah.
on the deck. But this gives Jackie Chan and Banker's daughter enough time to run away.
Yes,
Yeah.
they separate at some point because isn't this where she ends up doing the gymnastics bit? Because like there was this one like
Jackie Chan Chan pushes her up to the
Oh,
top.
that's
of
right.
The
Oh,
boat.
that's right. That's right.
Before they do that, like the secret
yes, the
agent
best
lady
thing
has
in the
shown
bit.
up and comes around the corner and starts shooting, and then at all the guys that are pinning them down, and she tosses a gun at Jackie Chan. She's like, "Here, take this," and he goes, "Wait, my hands are tied behind my back." Just as the gun fucking smacks him in the nose, just right in the face. This gun hits him.
It is one of the best timed
Oh, the timing is so good.
gags ever. It's so quick and so good. it's just throw
Yeah,
and
because-
no, wait, my hands back.
Yeah, like we didn't even have time to react to it. Like I didn't even remember that his hands were tied behind his back.
yeah.
But he goes, "No, wait, my hands are tied behind my bam."
It's the best.
Yeah, and that's because he's still tied up. He's somehow hoisted her up onto this like upper deck part.
Yeah.
and he's still like, "Oh wait, I'm still tied up," and can't get up there himself. So
Yeah.
she ends up like with this other henchman dude who's kind of been around,
Ponytail man.
Yeah.
ponytail guy, and basically like gymnastics her way across this upper deck, like, and ends up like out on like the one of the flag ropes or whatever lines, I guess.
Yeah.
and.
Whatever thing loses all structural integrity
Right.
the second
But-
she.
but it's so weird because like it ends up like this goes all around the deck, and like I said, the film quality drops a lot here, but it ultimately ends up like, for whatever reason, there's this antenna or pole
Yeah.
that's up on the deck that's basically like a flexible like pole vaulting style pole.
Yep.
And so she like grabs onto that and is falling towards the deck, which it slows down in the last second because it has to at a certain point.
Yes.
So she just kind of mostly lands gingerly on the deck, and then this thing whips back and just cracks that dude in the head.
Him on the skull.
Yeah.
And then launches him off the top,
Yeah.
Like
deck.
the very top like of this,
to which they show her face as you hear like this crash explosion sound. Cut to her looking at a man-shaped hole in the deck with
Yes.
sunglasses sitting next to it.
It's so perfect.
And she picks up the glasses and goes, "I guess you hit rock bottom." And then throws the glasses down in the hole.
Now this hole, mind you,
is
looks like they took a large piece of black construction paper cut out in the shape of a man and glue sticked it to the deck.
It's totally
It
a
just-
Wile E. Coyote
It
death.
is
for
Wile E.
this guy.
Coyote. Yeah, it's
I
so
don't know.
good. It's so good.
I love this stupid movie.
I was.
It's-
I always hope for that when somebody falls through some shit or runs through a wall. I'm
Yeah.
always hoping for that perfect person-shaped cutout, and this delivered, and I appreciate
Yeah.
that. Plus one jocks right there.
Meanwhile, Jackie Chan has been trying to make his way back to, the casino area to try and find Richard Norton, and he comes back into the arcade, which we'll note has had like the Street Fighter II characters. It's got huge cutouts on the wall.
Yeah.
I think all of the games are Street Fighter II
I believe they
in
are.
there, and
in 1993 that was the only game.
yes.
yeah. And Gary Daniels shows up, and he's like, "All right, we're gonna finish what we started before,"
Right.
and just kicks the shit out of Jackie Chan. Like, it basically picks him up and chucks him, and he gets smashed. He smashes an arcade machine,
Yeah.
like to splinters.
Yeah.
Like hits this thing, and it just erupts in
Sparks,
in sparks and
pieces.
wood and just crap.
Yeah.
And to the point where Jackie Chan stands up and he's got lightning going all over him, like Luke getting zapped by the Emperor.
And then shit
And-
goes weird.
Yeah.
Yeah, because he looks up and Gary Daniels is now whatever character.
Ken or
Sure.
Ryu?
Yeah,
Whichever one
he's-
wears, whichever's the
becomes
blonde
Ken.
one.
He's Ken.
Okay.
Yeah.
And that makes sense because Jackie Chan is Ryu.
Yeah.
His name. Right.
Yes. Yes. But yeah, Jackie Chan's trying to get up.
But he
and-
never dons that persona.
Correct.
No.
I think that's the joke.
Yeah, but like he's trying to get up and looks over and like the Street Fighter machine is on the randomly character selecting something and lands on
E Honda.
E Honda, and then Jackie Chan's
He's got the face paint.
Yeah.
And
The
he-
hair.
Yeah.
and the weird hand thing.
and when they fight, he does the super
thousand hand slap.
Yeah, the thousand hand slap.
Yep. Yeah. Street Fighter
I know
happens
a
in
thing
this
about
movie.
Yeah, and meanwhile Gary Daniels is doing the dragon kick.
Mhm.
Is that what it's called? The one where he does the spinny kick.
Yeah, or the
I know it's half circle back and kick.
hurricane.
It's sad that
Hurricane
hurricane kick. That's what it is.
Okay.
Oh no, wait. Is Chun-Li's hurricane kick?
Maybe.
I don't
Shit.
know. I don't know Street Fighter that well. I know it's Dragon Punch, but they don't do that.
This is
they
sad.
never
This
never
is
have that in there.
Hadouken.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You should know all these. You're our resident fighting game expert.
Yeah,
didn't
but whatever it is where he does the spinning kick thing, that's one of the things he does that basically knocks out Jackie Chan as Honda.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, the two DJs have suddenly powered up, and one has become Guile and is combing his hair, and the other one has become Dalsim.
Yep.
who has the super long limbs, and one of which kicks all the way across the room and hits Gary Daniels.
It does.
Who then throws a Hadouken at them, to which Guile does his sonic boom.
Sonic boom.
Yeah,
And the sound effects from the game are going in the background.
Oh,
Sonic
yeah.
boom,
Yeah.
Sonic boom, Sonic boom.
and the projectiles are clashing in the air, and then eventually Gary Daniels is just able to hit them, I guess.
Yeah.
With one of the Hadoukens, which blasts them across the room.
I believe it was the blue fireball variant.
Yes.
Sure. See, but if he'd done the hurricane kick or whatever the hell it's called, he could have gone right past the sonic boom.
It is the hurricane kick for Ken and the
Nice
spinning bird kick for Chun-Li.
Yeah. Chun-Li matters because after those two get knocked out,
Yeah.
jumping out of the rubble that had been left is Jackie Chan dressed as Chun-Li.
No, he comes off the wall.
That's right.
He comes off
Yeah.
the wall where the Chun-Li
Yeah.
poster board was as, he emerges from that.
Yeah.
And I gotta say, he's a really good Chun-Li.
He is. And you've probably seen this on the internet.
This is probably, you've
This is-
seen this and wondered, like,
this
what
is the
fuck
thing-
is this?
Yeah.
It's from this movie.
Jackie
Yeah.
Chan Lee.
Yeah.
But yeah, they start doing the moves from Street Fighter on each other, where she's got the jumping kick and all of that, and he eventually just wins, and then starts doing the win pose for her with the kind of like the
He does like both versions.
Yeah.
where it's like putting the knees together
Yeah,
and
but then he
kicking
does
the feet out, and then doing the laugh with the peace sign.
Yeah.
And yeah.
But then, like, just the electricity wears off. And he just kind
Yeah,
of
and the
reverts
two
back.
DJs are like, "Holy crap! You beat the hell out of him.
Yeah.
He's still alive, but you beat the hell out of him." And Gary Daniels is on the floor, like stumbling around.
And they were basically like, we'll take care of him. Go do what you need to do.
Which I hope that means they were just going to like go over there and finish him off in some way.
Rip his head off. Rip his spine out.
Fucking murder him.
Yeah, so he, Jackie Chan runs off to, basically final battle
Yeah,
Richard
to the
Norton.
main casino area.
But he's still kind of like electrified a little bit as he runs off. It doesn't come into play, but so Richard Norton is in the big grand ballroom
yeah.
area.
Well, we also need to note
That they
the
placed
police
it.
and
Oh.
a SWAT team have shown up
right. Oh yeah.
in helicopters
Yes.
and have murdered all of the jumpsuit bad guys.
Yeah.
Like extreme prejudice
Boy,
gone through this boat.
you don't even get a freeze.
If you had a jumpsuit, you got fucking murdered. Which
Is that what a
culminates,
red jumpsuit apparatus is?
apparently.
yeah.
But this all culminates in them coming into the casino area and Richard Norton blowing this thing up that blows up the stage they were on.
Yeah, he's planting explosives everywhere.
Yeah. So he triggered the first one, which blows up a bunch of them. But then he triggers another one that blows up a bunch of his guys that get blown out of this thing.
Yeah.
But then the other area behind that gets blown up, and all the SWAT guys that were shooting at the orange guys get blown out
Right.
even further.
Yeah.
There are
And
a lot of explosions.
Yeah, and this leads to Jackie Chan in a slow motion running down a hallway as everything's blowing up behind Jackie Chan.
Yeah.
Thing.
Every doorway right behind him is blowing up 2 seconds after he passes it by, and there's at least 3 of those before he has to dive over a railing. But yeah, I mean, this is your money shot. This is your multiple angle slow mo. Check this out. But yeah, he eventually, he dives over this railing and lands on the floor of the.
Yeah, he does like a backflip
Yeah.
and lands on his feet,
Yes.
which they show all of it. That was pretty fucking sweet. Yeah. But anyway, he's in there. He's in the room, and that's when the Richard Norton's like, I've got the explosives.
Yep.
Don't come any closer.
Yep.
I win still. I'm just gonna take you as a hostage and your girlfriend too. So deal with that, sucker.
Secret agent lady is up on
Yeah.
a balcony, and she kind of doesn't she shoot the thing out of his hand?
Yes, she shoots it out of his hand and kind of like dives down.
Yeah.
And Jackie Chan catches her.
Because
And-
more goons have shown up. And then he kind of dances her around as she, like thigh holster shoots a bunch of dudes. And then they dance.
Yeah, without taking the guns out of the thigh holsters.
Yeah.
which is cool, but no.
Well,
Yeah,
it's
I
cool.
mean, yeah.
It's cool for maybe one or two dudes, but then it's like, put her down.
No, I mean, it just
Yes,
it practically
would
can't work.
Destroy her leg.
Well, sure.
No, and also like the gun can't recoil if it's in. You get one shot
Yeah.
in a holster,
Yes. Yes.
and
But
then
anyway.
you can't reload.
But still, it looks
Yeah,
cool
I
with him
know,
spinning
yeah.
her around on like you know
This is
on
also
his shoulders.
this is also a movie that Wile E. Coyote did.
Yes,
so I'm
exactly.
not counting
Yes.
it against it here.
Yeah.
It did. Yep.
Yeah, but of course she shoots a whole bunch of guys, and that's when Carrie, the girlfriend, is kind of like woken up from whatever happened where
Mm-hmm.
she was down there, and goes, "Why are you holding her?" To which he immediately drops this chick on her head.
Yeah.
He's just like, "Nope, oh, that was nothing. She
Yeah.
was shooting people."
Yep.
But she's like, and of course, Carrie is not amused by any of this and not convinced. And this is basically when he starts fighting with Richard Norton, which is one of those extended,
It's the final battle.
yeah, we're like, all right, people saw Drunken Master 2, they expect some big fight at the end, which, yeah,
There's a big fight.
I mean, we could go blow by blow for all of it, but it involves a lot of sticks.
Yeah,
and
yeah. First they like fight fist to fist, then like I don't even know where he produced them from. But
They were
Richard
in
He
Norton-
his-
takes his jacket
and
off, and he's
they
just
were-
got metal poles.
He pulled one. They're one of those asp. They're like those asp batons, the
Okay.
extendable batons. So he pulls one out of his
Asp-baton?
asp. Asp.
Oh,
I was,
like a
baton.
snake.
I was trying to get the plosive in there. Asp. So he pulls one out of his sleeve, and he hits Jackie Chan a few times, and then he just whips his shirt or his jacket off and pulls the other out of
Yeah.
the other sleeve as he's doing so.
And then it's
So
just
then he's got
murder
two.
Jackie Chan.
Yeah,
Bam.
which is like he's like I'm tough and does the blocks and then is like, ow, that actually really hurts. To which does he get tossed chair legs that become like the nightsticks? I mean, I don't know why
I
they're the
don't-
actual
they
nightsticks.
seem
They're
like
actual
No,
nightsticks.
they're tonfa. Yeah.
Okay, I don't know where they came from.
Probably
What, bad
the
guys?
dead SWAT guys who are littering the room.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't. We didn't really mention, but like earlier, the red jumpsuit guys. Did we mention that they put
Yeah.
bombs over the place?
Yeah.
Oh, we did. Okay.
Yeah, because Richard Norton has blown up everybody.
Yeah,
and,
like they come in and like shoot a bunch of dudes and then they blow them up. So there's dead SWAT guys everywhere.
yeah,
so,
because Richard
whatever.
Norton keeps trying to get the device back that has the buttons on it because
Right.
he's got more explosives everywhere.
But yes, so he gets these. He gets one and is like kind of blocking it and taking hits from the other side. Which someone tries to throw him another one, and Richard Norton just like a dick is just like sitting there swinging it on. This,
Yeah, he
like,
catches it on.
Yeah, he's like,
Norton
I got it.
Catches the ass or the baton on his baton, and is like doing stuff, and tries to throw it away, but it bounces off
A camera.
a camera and bounces back to Jackie Chan.
Jackie
then
just,
he's got
"Ha-ha."
two. Yeah.
He gets a real good like I'm a badass look going even when once he has both of the
Yeah.
the nightsticks in his hand or whatever.
Oh, he is just like what he's
Well,
like.
it starts off like super badass, and then
Yeah.
it goes goofy about
Sure,
12 seconds into that.
but he's kind of like Neo in the Matrix at the end. He's just like, whatever,
Yeah, yeah.
dude.
That's what I mean. It's just like he just gets that like I can do this all day.
You're not gonna win this.
yeah, but the guy's batons, he turns them into chain batons and starts whipping the shit out of Jackie Chan,
Which he was
again.
not prepared for.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, he pulled that old Soul Calibur IV move.
Soul
Yep.
Calibur, yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
But
But
like
yeah, it-
Jackie Chan gets into like this. There are just poles hanging from the ceiling that he gets tangled up in, and he does like this one show of strength where it's just like, check me out, and Richard Norton's like, whatever, dude, I'm still
Yeah.
gonna beat your ass, and does for a while longer, and then he's like throwing these things at Richard Norton.
But eventually he kicks Richard Norton, like he goes over a bunch of crap, that like a table and other stuff, and
Yeah.
kind of lands by, I guess, the
The big video
the
wall.
remote.
Well, there's also the big video wall that from
Yeah.
earlier. All
Yeah.
the
Well,
smaller
he,
TVs.
yeah, but he's landed by the remote,
Yeah.
and he's got the remote, and he's like, oh yeah,
Well, what happened was he landed on one of the dolphins from the ceiling, and Jackie Chan jumped on its tail and flipped Richard Norton onto the stage next to where the thing
That's
was.
right, yeah.
Yeah. But I mean, there was a point too where like Richard Norton had gotten a machine gun, and
yeah. I mean, it starts out with Richard Norton shooting having the RoboCop gun
Yeah.
on Jackie Chan, and Jackie Chan and the other girl like both having guns on him. And Jackie Chan shoots the gun out of his hand and then is shooting it in the air, watching
Yeah.
it bounce
just
around.
juggling it in the air.
Yeah.
And then it still lands back in Richard Norton's hands. He's like, haha, you idiot. And then he shot the trigger off. There's no trigger on it. Just like, what the, how?
Yeah.
How do gun work now?
But that's
So-
why they're not shooting at each other.
Yeah.
Because
Right.
neither of them have guns left with
Correct.
bullets.
But
But yeah, he, like, basically the remote has been knocked onto the stage.
Mm-hmm.
He's been knocked onto the stage. And as he's getting up, he accidentally steps on the trigger for the remote.
Yes. Which blows the stage the fuck up.
Which blows, yeah, and him.
And him. To which, after that's done, Jackie Chan just stands up and you never see the mess, but he just looks over and goes, ah. Well, all right. And then,
He's Nort in one piece.
no, he's Nort. Yeah. So then it's just, it's end of action movie wrap-up time, basically.
Yeah.
Well, it's weird that this movie ends but then doesn't.
Yeah, because he goes up to the top deck to find the banker's daughter.
Yeah.
And it's like, oh, thank God you're here. Yeah, thank God you're safe. And she's like, oh, hooray, you're alive.
Mm-hmm.
Is there anything I can do for you? And he's like, give me some food.
Yeah.
And collapses.
Yes. And, you get this pulling away helicopter shot as SWAT dudes are just dragging the bodies of these thugs just...
It's like 10 bodies being dragged around.
And you're like, okay, well, that's an ending. But it just immediately throws you into the newspaper guy's office. And he's like, he sends the daughter away and sends the, what's her name? Connie, Carrie, whatever. The cousin sends the women out of the room. He's like, listen, Jackie Chan. And he hits a button to tell his secretary, hold all my calls. I've got to talk to Jackie Chan here. But then doesn't hit the off button. So the cousin is sitting outside listening to the entire conversation. And the banker's is like, so you did a good job. Thanks. You brought my daughter back and everything's cool. And why don't you marry her?
Yeah,
You should marry her.
Well, he said she's changed.
Yeah.
She came back, and you can control.
you
You'd be able
tamed
to.
her.
Yeah, you'd be able to control her. You should marry her.
Yeah.
And he's like, and he just laughs.
Mm-hmm.
And that's when the cousin runs away.
Yeah.
And he's like, oh, I don't know about this. And then he goes, no, I can't just settle for one woman.
Yeah.
I have to have all of them.
But the cousin outside had heard everything up to that point, and then it was like, men.
Yeah,
and,
him again.
Yeah, and stormed off. So he goes running out after her, asks the secretary, where'd you go? And then comes back and says, oh, but your perfume's really great. I gotta go. Bye. And just runs out to her. She's across the street at, I don't know, something.
Yeah.
And secret agent girl pulls up in like some weird Mitsubishi car.
Yeah.
Some weird like robot battery powered car that looks totally bizarre. And just basically, he's being lured into the car.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and he gives her a rose, and
Yeah.
that's kind of the end of it.
Yeah.
I mean, it's well, actually, it's not quite, because he gives her the rose,
Right.
and then Carrie
Oh, yeah.
has a
there's-
giant hammer
Yeah.
she hits him with,
Yeah.
which knocks him into a pool where he's suddenly surrounded by all the ladies from his dream.
It
Yeah.
knocks him out.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It knocks
which-
him
yeah.
back into his dream world. Yeah. And then
And,
he's just like, hey, ladies, make out with me.
Yep.
And then he poses.
And then it shifts over to the frame from the manga,
Mm-hmm.
and
Manga.
whatever. And that's it.
Yeah. Then we get
And then we get the City Hunter.
the outtakes from the movie
Yep,
where
which
Jackie
always
Chan dies.
always feel like the first part of a snuff film, because it's like, oh, look what stunts went wrong.
Yeah.
And it's usually Jackie Chan doing something, then going,
As 16 guys run in off camera.
Yeah.
Yeah, which like the first couple of accidents seem kind of like happy-go-lucky, like, oh, you Richard Norton, you actually hit me in the balls, thanks. It's just, but then it's like him missing jumps and falling, and like a cable comes off of the dolphin that he's flying across the room on, and
Well, yeah, and then when he launches the other guy on the dolphin,
Yeah.
like that one, the dude doesn't hit the stage.
No.
He like catches the stage in the gut,
Yeah.
like right in the stomach, and it's like, oh god.
everyone comes running for that.
Yeah, and that's the one that they.
That's the one they go out on. Yeah, I love how it's wacky blooper time. This guy died. Good night, everybody. Yeah.
So at the time, Jackie Chan was a spokesman for Mitsubishi.
Yes.
So that's why the 3000 GT was in it, and also this MR 1000, which is a concept car, which is the car that the lady drove. It's weird. It looks like a little bug-eyed thing. Like
yeah, it's an odd looking. It looks like something you would see now and go, "Oh, that's a hybrid."
Yeah. Somewhere between a cross between an MR2 and a Beetle and ugly.
Yeah. Yes, and an ugly.
But also, they changed E Honda's name to E Hyundai.
Yep.
Hyundai,
'Cause we
HONDE, because Mitsubishi versus Honda.
Can't have that.
Weirdness.
Whatever. So yeah,
Yep.
this is the most anime movie, live action anime movie I've ever seen.
It is an anime ass movie.
Yeah, it is. It totally is. Yeah,
Yeah.
it is.
I mean, I my only hesitation is Speed Racer.
Well, okay, that's fair enough.
That's an anime fucking ass movie right there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is an anime ass movie. Speed Racer is an anime fucking ass movie. Sure.
Yes.
Anime ass fucking movie. I'm not sure.
Yeah. All right, let's rate it.
Yeah.
Stargrove.
Stargrove.
Yep.
Bonus
Hunter.
bonus Stargrove too, because it's actually Jackie Chan singing
Yes.
it. That should count for like a double.
Yeah.
Agreed.
Should be like a supreme Stargrove.
Yes, all the above.
I mean,
It's
if
a
like
Stargrove plus.
if John Stamos was singing the the Stargrove theme, that
Oh,
would be
God.
one. I mean,
It's too many layers of Stargrove right
Yeah.
there. But
that's the kind of thing Fallon would have him do.
the fuck.
Here's John Stamos singing that song.
Yeah.
Anyway,
So anyway, ratings.
yeah, I'll go.
Okay.
I'm gonna give it 3 jocks. I think this movie is goofy as shit. A lot of it is awkward, but it doesn't stick with any one thing long enough for you to go, man, this movie is garbage. It's like it's a constant state of what the fuck is happening in this movie, and then every once in a while you will laugh really hard, or something so batshit happens where you're just like, well, all right. And then there's some good Jackie Chan stuff in here
Yeah.
too. So it's a weird mix of insanity and anime and manga and Jackie Chan and
Insanime.
yes, basically. You've got both Gary Daniels and Richard Norton in here who can fight. So it's good matchups for Jackie Chan, and that weird Game of Death scene is a good scene conceptually. So
Yeah.
there's a lot of nonsense in this, but none of it was really just like, oh, fuck you movie. It's just like, yeah, this is one weird ass movie, and I like it. It's entertaining in a really stupid way. So the violent stuff against women in this is strange, but I understand different culture and time and manga and everything, so I can't really get too upset about it. But it's like there's a couple times in particular where I was just like, dude, what are you doing, movie?
Yeah.
So there you go.
Yeah. I have to agree with the 3 jocks.
Okay.
It loses points for doing the whole girlfriend, both of them yelling at each other and neither of them actually listening to what either one is saying. Stuff like that gets old
Yeah.
very quickly.
Yeah.
And also just kind of wasting Gary Daniels, to be totally honest. Like, I really don't think any of the fight scenes with him are good. Especially the one in the bedroom where it's like, we're just going to, dodge each other's moves.
Conceptually, that's weird.
Yeah.
Like why they chose to go that route instead of just busting ass and destroying that room is strange.
Yeah, and then the second one is it's more the Street Fighter gimmicky stuff rather than the actual fighting.
Yeah.
But there are, there's like the elevator thing, the elevator joke, and him getting hit in the face with that gun were like serious room filling laughter
Yes,
from all of us.
absolutely.
And just that body cut out in the deck of the ship is just so stupid. Like because early on I was like, I don't know what the fuck is happening at all. Should we have watched a Roger Moore movie this week instead and just canned it? I was like, what are we doing? But it won me over by the end.
Yeah.
It 100% won me over.
I think once they get on the boat, it starts to
It
pick
even
up
takes a
steam.
little while there.
It does. You're still not sure what's happening. Maybe once once Richard Norton and company start making themselves known.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, but 3 jocks.
okay.
I am prepared to rate this movie.
Cool.
Please do. It's that time.
I know. I heard. I know
like
my rating.
today.
I know my rating.
We're
You
doing
lied.
it today.
I just forgot the words that were leading up to the rating. I do not agree with you guys. I think you are selling this movie a little short. This movie is a Four Jocks movie for me. It's fucking awesome. There is so much in this I love, and I know it's anime ass and frantic and weird, but it catches, like, it catches my, like, meshes with my humor very well. There's a lot of weird slapsticky stuff that I love. Jackie Chan's Jackie Chan-ness is, like, it's not quite peak Jackie Chan, but it's awfully close. And some of it is ridiculously stupid. I kind of wish Gary Daniels had been used more, like you guys, but I actually think that fight in the room was really good. I really liked that, the sort of chess match slash, you know, they're equally matched. Neither of them is going to get an advantage over the other, and unfortunately, it only serves to, you know, it sets up the later Street Fighter fight up pretty well, because, like, he has to basically be superpowered and out of his mind to beat Gary Daniels. However, the way they did it might be a little bit wasted. Except for the fact that they put Jackie Chan in a Chun-Li costume, and he knocked it out of the park, which is fucking awesome. It's not afraid to go some weird places, and I really appreciate that. Richard Norton is fine. That fight is also really good. It's a Jackie Chan ass fight. Everything in this movie worked for me. Like the stupid orange jumpsuit, red jumpsuit commandos getting blown away by the Thunder Strikers or whatever they called them, with extreme prejudice, shit like that.
Yeah.
I was laughing a lot during this movie, and I highly recommend you watch this movie. You out there, our fans in BMFcast land.
Yes.
Four Jocks. Go get it.
Right. Harlow?
So, I guess first off, I'll say I'm really surprised that I've never seen this movie before. And I was only kind of, like, sort of aware of it. And, like, when the Street Fighter shit happened, I was like, oh, okay, yeah, I've seen pics, GIFs, whatever from this scene. So that's where this is from. I'm afraid I'm only going to give this 2 jocks, and let me explain why. Like, I feel like this is a movie I could completely come around on, but it is not anything close to what I was expecting, and I'm trying not to bring preconceived notions into this, but like this time period Jackie Chan is so my jam, and like this is so completely different than all of that.
Yep.
That it just, I just was watching the movie going, what the fuck is going on? Like, why? Like, I mean, just like so many things I was going, like, why is this happening? Like, why, whose idea was it to do this and get this made? There's quality stuff in here, sure. Like, I think my problem is, like, I come in with so many years of watching this era of movies that I just wanted, like, the pure kung fu experience, and I wasn't ready for all of this other crazy anime shit.
Your Shaw Brothers BMFcast extra stuff has spoiled you.
Maybe. I mean, yeah. Because like the fights that are in this are really good. And yeah, I was just waiting for this is I believe the one pairing between Gary Daniels and Jackie Chan. Yep. He got to reface off against Richard Norton later, but and it's just like, that's what you did with it, like, you know, like, just a fight of misses. Yeah, I don't know. So I mean, like, I could totally see myself coming around on this later, like, knowing what I'm in for and rewatching it, that I could have a different experience. But like, I almost lost my goddamn mind during that fucking musical number. I was like, what? I mean, I was like, I mean, the world is such an absurd place anyway right now that, like, my brain was just like, I've reached, like, this can't, none of this can be real. Like, I have dropped some sort of drug and this is not happening. But yeah,
I thought maybe we had lost oxygen and our brains were slowly dying.
Yes, it could have been a Jacob's Ladder situation. I don't know. but yeah, I don't know. Like I said, I think subject to change later, but whatever. The rating's set in stone, so. I'm just saying, like I may feel differently about it in the future, but right now I'm giving it 2 jocks. I still recommend it. Like the gun in the face gag is so goddamn good. That's jocks. That's a single jocks worthy moment alone.
Yep.
Yep.
Yeah. So, but yes, we've talked more than enough about this movie. So let's take a break, shall we?
Let's.
Okay.
Did we talk for an hour and a half about that?
Yeah, it was a really fucking long time.
Yeah, we did.
Okay.
There's a lot of anime in it.
Clearly. So yeah, so the stream's just fucked, huh?
I don't know.
Have you tried to start a new stream?
I can stop it and start it again.
Yeah, might as well.
Yeah.
But the chat is still going.
People are still hanging out in the
I
chat.
just stopped and started it, so let's see what happens. I don't know, like I said, I don't know if it's going to fuck with it and try to make a new link or hopefully not overwrite the old one.
Well, it's refreshing
It'll
itself, so
probably
something's happening.
split it.
Whoops. What happened there?
Are we back? Maybe we don't know.
I don't know why my chair started squeaking now. It doesn't. It didn't used to.
It probably just squeezed all the lubricant out of there.
Yeah.
Yeah, squeeze all that. It's not doing anything, is it? I don't think it should take that long.
No.
Yeah, probably.
Can you?
What?
Mm.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, like Twitch won't let you just live stream this shit. I mean,
Yeah, well,
we have to be lifestyle streamers.
Twitch Creative.
Oh,
We could use Beam or Twitch Creative. Beam, I don't think is specifically for gaming. I think it's just
Yeah,
Whatever.
for beaming.
use Justin TV.
I mean, Snotty beamed me twice last night. It was wonderful.
Ew.
We're still not coming back, are we?
It's just
Well,
spinning.
Go back to YouTube/BMF. I want to see if it made a new thing.
Okay. It's a good idea.
It says live now.
It's good advice.
We can live now. We can both live now.
I don't believe it made a new one, but there's only like 2 watching at this point.
Yeah.
Yeah, we had a lot of people in there for a while.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a lot.
Fucking stream dies.
This is the weirdest thing because like everything looks fine.
YouTube thinks it's live.
Right. I mean, I think this is some YouTube fuckery, to
Sure
be
it
honest
is.
with you.
Yeah. I mean,
Or it's OBS fuckery in the back. I mean, it's almost like we're streaming, but it's not showing it live. Like I'm wondering if it's like archiving it. You know, like if you try to watch it later, because I mean, this thing says green, like 0 dropped frames. It's like it thinks it's going somewhere, and it's reporting back that it's going there fine.
let it keep going, and
Yeah.
we'll at the end of the show we'll see tomorrow if it shows up as an archive
Yeah,
thing
there
or
might
not.
be a brief drop.
Yeah.
But, I don't know.
Weird.
So, do we think that Josh person was who we think it was?
I wonder.
Yeah.
Wonder.
They seem like they had a real account.
Yeah, seems like a real account.
Was that? Did they get banned, or was that just one comment and they didn't say anything else? I don't read the
It
chat
was-
during the show.
It was basically someone who said, "Hey, this is a Hong Kong movie."
Yeah,
Yes.
you did comment on that. Actually.
I did. That was before we had started. But yeah, they just
That
said.
was all they said.
But like the username was like Josh, the Hong Kong movie expert, and then
Josh's Asian
HK movie
Yeah, I
Emporium.
looked at it too.
extravaganza or something.
Yeah.
Josh's Asian film experience.
But then they never said anything else.
Nope.
Okay.
You know, they just like really into this shit and saw.
Hey guys,
like,
did you know this
City Hunter, and they're I don't know.
This is a martial arts movie.
Wait, no, we don't tag this.
Yeah,
shit.
we don't tag them.
Yeah.
I don't fucking know.
Maybe they saw it on the Facebook.
Maybe. Or they just like had a Twitter scraper or something. Scrappers. Wait, it's working now?
Nah, it's not working for me.
Well, I'm asking the.
I got fucking no dukes.
Oh, we're skipping email this week.
Okay.
Just because it's already 11:10.
I know.
Shit happened.
We got 2 movies to talk about.
2. What's another one? Oh,
Chuck
shit.
and I both saw.
All right, I'll hold off on one until next week.
Maybe
Unless you got something, BJ.
No.
Yeah.
Maybe at some point we should investigate using Twitch's IRL thing.
Maybe.
Yeah, YouTube does like to fuck us pretty.
YouTube likes to fuck
frequently.
everybody.
Yeah.
Hey, if anyone's still here, are we back? I don't know. The comment was ambiguous. It just says, "Fuck yeah, the boys are back in town." Could just be a random
Well, yeah.
Thin Lizzy endorsement. I don't know.
I love that song. It just started playing on my Spotify.
I don't remember whose Twitter joke that is. But
That's
it's still
drill.
the best.
That's
Yeah.
still one of my favorite
That's one of
drill
the best
jokes
things.
ever.
How come
Why are
there's
there 1,000
songs
songs about Christmas, but only one about your boys being back in town? And it's like, you know what, Drill? Why is that? You got a point, Drill. Why is that?
I guess I don't even really know the history of that account. I don't fucking care about the internet anymore.
It's
stupid.
somehow it's just perfect stupidness for
What,
me.
the internet.
No, well, no, the Drill in particular.
Oh, well, yeah. I mean, I don't.
And
Really...
everyone figured it was a famous person, but apparently it's just some random dude.
Okay.
Like, works on a steel mill or some bullshit. I don't know.
I
He'll
mean,
be out of a job soon.
What prompted his quote unquote Twitter stardom? Just
enough
just
people
enough retweets?
kept retweeting
Yeah.
like his dumb shit.
okay.
Because his is like the epitome of just random, what the fuck ever. Like, what does this even mean? I don't understand, but it's funny. So anyway,
What's wrong?
I don't know. Maybe that was your chair squeaking. I don't know.
yeah, this fucking chair. man.
Okay, yeah. All I heard was like what sounded like the cry of a hungry baby.
That was my chair.
Drop as
All right.
many Mr. Show references as I possibly can in my life.
So you want to just do a second half? Old school?
Sure,
No
yeah.
stream, nothing. Just
There are
us
no
talking to
stream
each
without
other.
me.
Raw dog it.
I'm shutting down the YouTube page. Fuck it, man.
Yeah,
Fuck it.
fuck it. We'll do it sort of live.
Fuck it.
Fuck it. Ain't
I mean,
nobody
I'm
here
gonna
anyway.
let it keep going. So we may be
Absolutely.
This may be going into posterity. Us talking shit about YouTube. So
Yeah.
we don't know.
Well, fuck
Well,
YouTube.
good.
Just-
YouTube deserves us talking shit about them.
Yeah.
Fuck them.
Yeah,
man.
fuck them.
I think
Fuck them.
from what I read on the Twitch creative stuff, I think we can broadcast with Twitch creative.
Okay.
I'm going to look into it more,
Yeah.
but all signs are good
Yeah.
so far.
We should tell YouTube
It's-
to take a hike.
It's not a prohibited thing, but it doesn't specifically say podcasting or bad movie podcasts, even though that should be like a fucking giant category,
You would think.
right?
Yeah, you are.
Like they don't even mention podcasts on the Twitch creative FAQ page.
I
So
don't want them. They probably want to see you
Oh, it's 'cause-
cooking dinner.
That's because they
They
know
do.
so many people just sit here and ramble on for 4 hours.
Yeah.
Those
Yeah.
fucks.
Jeez, I can't imagine. People.
Those fucks.
All right, let's.
Yeah.
God
do it.
damn.
Let's do it.
I gotta
Go.
leave in like 20 minutes.
Clap, motherfucker.
All right, and welcome back.
hey, welcome back
Hey.
to the BMFcast, second half.
Second half.
Half number 2.
What the fuck is happening?
Chuck can't handle the sound of this chair. He cannot handle it, and I fucking hate
Clap,
it.
it
Like,
squeaked,
I
it
wanna-
sounded like a little tiny fart, and Chuck lost it.
Yeah.
Sorry. I was trying to be quiet.
Just grease the chair or something. I don't know. I can't move now. I have to stay prone.
Are we starting over again?
Sure, I guess.
don't
If
have
I ever
to.
want to get out of here by fucking midnight.
All right, and welcome back.
Hey! Second half number 2. Woo!
BMFcast.
Woo!
Yeah. We got some movies to talk about.
We do.
Yeah.
Let's get to them.
Go.
Alien Covenant.
Alien Covenant.
Alien Covenant.
That's the big movie that opened
Yeah.
last weekend.
Yeah, that movie's not good.
Not really.
No.
All right.
That movie made me question something.
What?
Is Ridley Scott actually bad
Oh.
with 2 good movies?
Oh.
And he's actually just bad?
Wait, 2 good movies?
Yeah, Alien is a perfect movie.
Mm-hmm.
Blade Runner's pretty damn good.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's it. That's all I got.
What else?
1492.
Legends pretty fucking awesome.
Name me something in the past 15, 20 years.
Um,
Gladiator, is that good?
Gladiators.
I like
remember
Gladiator.
being
Gladiator's
all right
alright.
with
I like
Gladiator.
Gladiator.
I know Hannibal's a steaming pile of shit.
It is, yeah. Hannibal's garbage.
That's all
One of
script.
those 20 Russell Crowe movies.
American
Are
Gangster.
any of them good?
I don't know. I haven't
I
seen
don't
any
know.
of them.
It's just everyone talks about Ridley Scott like he's like this amazing,
Visionary.
visionary director, and it's like all you people ever talk about is Blade Runner and Alien. That was almost 40 years ago now, people.
Yeah. Yeah. You might be right.
Oh wait, he made the Martian.
He produced The Martian.
Well, I mean,
No, he
Lucas
directed
only
it,
had
actually.
3 good movies.
He directed The
so-
Martian?
Yeah, he directed
Yeah,
Martian.
the Martian's
So yeah,
fucking awesome.
Okay.
Yeah, okay.
I mean, I don't like it as a subject, but The Counselor is a good movie. It makes you fucking hate everything in existence when it's over. But
Yeah.
that's Cormac McCarthy in general.
Well, okay, but yeah. So, but the point is,
okay.
Alien Covenant, like, I honestly don't know what the fuck the point of this movie was. Like, I genuinely, and this is coming from someone who finds the good in Alien Resurrection, likes parts of Alien Resurrection, likes parts of Alien 3, can forgive Alien vs. Predator Requiem. Kind of can't forgive Alien vs. Predator because that first one's pretty goddamn shitty and does a lot of stupid things that I cannot stand.
It's bad.
That get me really angry. But like rewatching Prometheus, I was like, I was too hard on this movie. It was like Harlow said, you take out Tweedledee and Tweedledum deciding that petting a space cobra is a good idea. And there aren't that many dumb decisions aside from the one guy who pops his helmet off and is like, it'll be fine, we can breathe.
Yeah.
Yeah, but then, like I said, I think that calls into question the whole faith thing, which they
Yeah.
start to bring up and then kind of don't really
Yeah,
follow through.
and
with.
that's the thing about Prometheus is you realize that like it actually has ideas that it's following through on. This one has ideas that it doesn't know how to follow through on, and it's kind of like I see people that are giving it like 4.5 and 5-star reviews on Letterboxd. I'm trying to read it, and they're like talking about how profound things are, and I'm like, the fuck movie did you watch? The fuck movie did you people watch? Because it's just it's mean-spirited in the way Alien 3 was mean-spirited, where it was just like, yeah, all these things are going to get fucking killed by aliens. You know what I mean? Like, all these people,
Yeah.
they're going to get fucking wrecked. Hope you're ready. You know? And it's just, I don't,
See, in Alien, you don't want anyone to get wrecked.
no.
You kind of like all those people.
Yeah. Well, you know them. You
Yeah.
understand them.
Yeah.
Aliens as well. Even some, like, obviously there's people like Wierzbowski that, like, who cares about him? And Gorman, you're like, this guy's an asshole, but it's just more because he's incompetent
Right.
than, like, fuck that. It's,
Yeah, I mean,
And
you want
there
Paul
is-
Reiser to bite it, but that's like your one release in that movie of like, yeah, got that guy.
yeah.
But everyone else, you're like,
Yeah, and this one, like, they're this colonizing ship. They're supposed to be going to a place that they pick this planet. They're all in the deep freeze. They get woken up because something has gone wrong on the ship, and they get a distress signal that says, "Hey, you got to come. Maybe we should check this out. It's not that far off our course. So, here's your alien setup."
huh, weird.
Yeah. And the first 45 minutes, it's kind of doing the alien thing pretty well. It's patient. I mean, granted, everyone just lands on the planet and starts walking around without suits on, which is like, that's a bad idea. It's probably not a good idea.
Okay.
But they leave some people on the ship to radio back to. But, it's when it devolves into actually becoming a straight up Prometheus sequel. Like, straight up, okay, here's what happened after Prometheus. That's when it kind of all starts to turn to shit. And I could get real spoilery about stuff, but it's
Yeah.
there was a lot of mistakes made in this section of the movie. That Prometheus, it didn't explain a lot. When you eventually figure out what was going on, a lot more of it makes sense. In that what that black goo was, what its purpose was, why the engineers fucked up with it, like all that stuff. And then the end of that movie, they're like, we're going to go find the engineer planet and we're going to see what's up.
Yep.
And this movie goes, yeah, that was a problem we weren't sure how to solve. So let's just nuke that storyline. You know, it's like, man, the house has termites. Time to burn it down. And so now they've created all these continuity problems that they didn't have before.
Mm-hmm.
Like this one, it's like there's a midichlorian level of fucking things up that happens in this movie. That, like, as it was happening, I was like, this is not where you're going, is it? Are you fucking kidding me right now? Type stuff.
Yeah.
And
I don't know if I'm not that quite all that harsh on it. I mean, to me, it was the very definition of a meh movie. Just like, I walked out and I was like, all right, that was a kind of okay. And like, in a week, I'm just not even going to care about any of this.
I could tell you there's a dancing alien in this, and it's not the worst thing in the movie.
Like Spaceballs dancing?
Not quite. Not quite. Not quite.
Okay. All right.
But
All right.
yeah, there it reaches the point that I reached in Summer of Sam where when the dog actually talks to him and it's like fucking hilarious even though it's not supposed to be.
Right. Yeah.
It's like that.
Okay.
It's like, are you fucking joking, movie? What are you doing?
Wow. All right.
And there's people giving this 4.5 and 5 stars, and I'm like, you must have wanted something completely different than what I wanted. Yeah. And then the end is just, the third act's bad. Like, even worse.
Wow.
Like, they have alien vision like in Alien 3, but different. And it's like, is this a Ridley Scott movie? Why? Like, this is not the judgment of a good director. Like, having scenes like that in the movie and the way they play out and the obviousness of so much of what's going on at the end of that movie is, I don't know. It's a very bleak, mean-spirited movie that doesn't seem to have a point and fucks up the continuity that it's trying to lead up to. I don't get it.
Yeah. I don't want to go on too much of a additional discussion, but I'm curious, because Prometheus and this ultimately killed the Neil Blomkamp movie.
He seems to think that's still happening.
Does he? Okay.
He does.
Well,
Yeah, I don't know.
I mean, but let's face it. It probably killed that movie.
Okay.
I'm curious, like, if we also want that, or if we're okay that died, because I feel like he's a pretty good director. He's got some good things under his belt, and then it's like, kind of like, we were like, hey, Bryan Singer is a pretty good director, and he wants to undo the shitty later things. Man, I can't wait for Superman Returns, because he wants to undo 3 and above in the Alien universe.
Right.
So I'm afraid we might get Aliens Returns, and we might not have actually wanted that to begin with at all.
Right.
So I don't know. I'm just saying, like, it's a weird situation to me.
Yeah,
So- It's going to end up being a franchise that they're going to keep milking that they should have left alone a long time ago. Right? Like, no one's going to come along and ever
I
properly
think the
reboot
only
this
thing that's going to save this franchise is just divorcing itself from continuity, going like the comics did and being like, here's a completely new story, a completely new group. The alien is the problem.
Right.
And that's really, those are the ones that work the best, is when it's like, this group of people, they don't get along. But they need each other to survive. Here's the alien is the trigger for everything else that's gone shitty for them.
Yeah.
That's what they, like, if they're going to do anything with these movies, just get away. Don't bother with Ripley. Don't bother with any, like, just stay the fuck away from all of it and just be like, face huggers, aliens, completely unrelated.
Yeah.
Whereas this one doesn't do that. And it also wastes completely the fact that it has married couples in the movie where, see the spouse die over it in 30 seconds type shit. It's like, just barely acknowledges it past that point. I mean, there's some in the beginning because one of the characters dies on the ship, the captain, which is why the guy who's really not prepared to be the captain, who's kind of the Gorman,
Yeah.
is the one in charge now, and he actually plays that role better than it feels written.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it feels like the writing is holding that character back more
Yeah.
than his performance is.
Billy Crudup is a great actor.
Oh,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, which he's good in it. Like, and that's the thing. Like, I can't point out any performance that I'm like, no, that was bad. Like, even Danny McBride is really good in this movie, and you're like, Danny McBride, and he's not joking, and he's not being Kenny Powers. He's like being a real character.
Good.
Yeah.
Good for him.
He's like that one episode of Vice Principals where it was like, what the fuck show did this just become?
Right,
Where
yeah.
it's like serious and heartfelt.
Yeah.
Yeah. And that's the thing is, like, and like some of the freakouts that some of them have are really like legit good stuff. Because early on, there's some fucked up things happening in that movie. But man, it feels like they miss all the opportunities with it.
Yeah. I'm going to watch it again when it comes to video or whatever before I make a final judgment. But, like, I still want one more. Like, I need the string followed along, as bad as that may be. Like,
Yeah.
they need to.
Oh, I
They
get
need
that,
to.
yeah.
I
Get it,
felt-
they need to get it from Prometheus to the beginning of Alien.
I agree there, but it's also like I feel like they answered a lot of the questions that I had in Prometheus, but the ones they created made things worse.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, that's the thing is, like, you can't keep losting it. You got to, like, stop introducing new shit and solve it.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
But yeah, oh God, it was frustrating watching this movie. And it gets worse the more I think about it, and that's the worst feeling. Is I hate movies like that, where it just like every time I think about something, I'm like, fuck.
Yeah.
God, it feels like everything is worse than it was when I was watching it.
Yeah.
So,
That's a shame.
yeah. Oh well.
Yeah.
It doesn't even look that pretty either. That's the thing. Like Ridley Scott movies, you expect them to look
Right.
really good. It
Doesn't.
kind of doesn't. It's not even shot in scope. It's shot in 1.8.5, which I don't know why he chose to do that.
That's odd.
Aside from making it more claustrophobic,
Oh.
maybe.
I don't know.
At least
Alien's pretty claustrophobic.
Yeah, but there's a lot of open space in this movie that I don't know. It's weird.
Huh.
It's a really weird. It's a very weird movie. Like, and I think that's why the reviews are so like I'm so angry, but other people love it. Is maybe there's like the weirdness clicked with some people in a way that it didn't click with me. But I don't know. It's a bummer.
That sounds like a shame.
Yeah.
So,
But-
continuing second half brought to you by 20th Century Fox.
Uh-huh. Right?
Yeah. Another
there's a
another
good
bummer
movie.
of a movie, but that's a good movie.
Yeah. It's kind of a downer, but it's a
Yeah.
good downer.
Yeah, Logan.
Mm-hmm.
Chuck and I have both seen Logan now.
Yeah. Logan's a hell of a movie.
That is a legit great movie.
Yes. Absolutely. Like you and I were talking about when it starts, you're a little weary of it.
Well, I think I was saying that.
Was that okay?
Yeah. Well, I was just saying, like, I mean, the first 5 minutes until it gets to some violence, it's like, oh, y'all totally you don't get why Deadpool worked,
Yeah.
do you? It wasn't saying fuck in every single sentence. It was funny how they were saying fuck.
Right.
You know,
Yeah.
but the first 5 minutes is just like Logan going, fuck.
Yeah. You're like,
Fuck this, fuck you, fuck guy.
I was
And
like,
it's
okay, movie, we get it. You're R.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah, well, at least they allow for some violence
Yes.
with that.
Yeah.
That works.
Yeah.
I was saying, like, literally leading up to that, though, you're just like, can you stop saying fuck?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, when even Professor X is swearing. You're
Yeah.
like, okay.
Oh, yeah, that one took me aback when I was just like, whoa.
Yeah.
Easy there, Professor.
But I appreciate that it's a very mature movie in terms of theme, where you can tell it's made by people with life experience.
Mhm.
You know, like James Mangold isn't some 30-year-old ingenue or whatever.
Yeah, no.
You know, it's people that like understand life. Basically, it's like there's a certain point you run out of second chances in life. There's a lot of things like when you were 20, you're like, man, I could probably do that.
Mm-hmm.
And then there's a certain point in your life where you look back and you go, yeah, I missed out. That's not ever happening for me.
Yeah.
You know, and that's so much of this movie is, you know, Wolverine basically realizing that, yeah, that I may have lived for over 200 years, but
This is it.
yeah, I'm running out of all those second chances.
Yeah.
I don't get those anymore.
Yeah.
And trying to find ways for other people who deserve it to get it.
Yeah, it's a journey, it's a ride, and
It earns everything
yeah.
that happens, and I think that's the best part of it is, one, turning Wolverine basically into a Western. As I mean, they make it pretty obvious they're watching Shane at multiple points. They quote it a few times. Which
Yeah, that
goes a bit too far.
Yeah, that's if I have one big qualm with this movie, it's like, okay, like you're showing all of Shane, and I'm like, I get what you're going to end up doing here, but you don't need to telegraph it this hard. Because people watching this are either in one of two camps. They're just not paying attention to what they're watching, the Shane clips, or as soon as they identify it as Shane, they're like, oh, all right.
Yeah.
I understand now. So,
yeah.
They stuck with that way too long. So,
But I love that they took the tropes of a superhero movie and were basically like, okay, here's how we can make this be about something else entirely.
it's interesting how much of it is a grounded experience. I mean, like when the comic booky stuff happens throughout this, it never feels like anything more than like a gritty crime drama kind of thing. It doesn't feel, because it's all just basically like warring factions. It's not really Magneto has shown up and now a bridge is flying through. I mean, there's none of that really. It's,
the stakes are not a high stakes.
They're low key
bullshit thing.
stakes, but they're also very big stakes.
Yeah.
So even like the most fantastical things that happen in it are kind of low key. They're treated so matter of fact. It's just it's a powerful piece of filmmaking for this genre of movie, I think. And
I'm glad that they've reached the point where they can do that. It's a lot like Deadpool was, where if we didn't have superhero movies, if suddenly everyone said, fuck superhero movies, stop watching it, and then Deadpool was the first one that came out, everyone would be like, yeah, fuck that thing.
Yeah.
Like you need the experience of seeing so many of the other ones to understand why this one is so much better. Yep. And God damn it, last shot of this movie fucking wrecked me. Like, I'm watching this and I'm recognizing how this movie is, and I'm like, I understand for a comic book person this would probably be pretty emotional. I'm not as broken up about it, but I'm enjoying the journey. And then the last visual happens, and I was just like, fuck. And then just sat there silently through the closing credits, just like, man, I'm fucking wrecked. It is 2 a.m. and I am fucking. This movie wrecked me.
Yeah. Imagine coming out of an XD theater.
Yeah, I can imagine. Just
I was
God.
just like, at a certain point, I was like, fuck it, I don't care. I have emotions.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, be prepared to be wrecked. Yeah, but no, it's really strong.
Yeah. Well, and that's the thing is it delivers on so many emotional levels, but the action does not suck in any way.
No.
Like,
Nope.
the first time Laura has to basically go nuts is
Yeah.
unbelievably badass.
Yes.
The way they do so much of it, and
Yeah.
I needed that movie. I needed a movie like that was like, okay, this is how you make a good movie and tell a story that you have a point and a moral to. Especially watching that just a few days after watching Alien Covenant and going, I don't know what your point is, other than fuck everything, nihilism rules. So
Yeah. If anything about it bugged me, it's that the movie was so well paced for its characters, except that when they start to try and explain the global event that has happened that has caused the small events that are happening in this movie, it's so quick where you're just like, well, that sounds kind of like really stupid. Like the genetic engineering that has happened to the world that has caused what's happening in this movie is like, really? Is that what you did?
Yeah.
That seems silly.
yeah, and it's the adaptation of the comic itself is like very much rooted in X-Men being part of the Marvel Universe.
Right.
Like Hawkeye is the one who gets him to go on the journey
Oh, okay.
that he needs to go on, and Laura is a different storyline altogether.
Okay.
But it's very similar, where it's this wasteland where there are no heroes anymore, and Hawkeye is blind,
Oh.
and that's why he needs a driver.
That makes sense.
That's Logan, but then it gets into a whole him using Captain America's shield, just all sorts of other stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And I like how they did Why There Are No Heroes Anymore way better than they do in the comic Old Man Logan. Because in that one, it's very... I don't know if it would work better for the movie or not, but I think it makes more sense as far as his and Professor X's relationship goes.
But they couldn't do it anyway because they wouldn't have the rights to...
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
They could have done it similarly, but they would have had to... There's a very specific person in charge of why it happens that isn't part of his universe, isn't part of the X-Men universe, so...
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Okay.
But I found it very true to... Donald Pierce is just a complete shitbird in the comics, but he's more of like a Ponzi rich dude.
Yeah.
Which is weird to have Kentucky, whatever, as, Donald Pierce in this one. But it's still very true to the character as far as just being a racist piece of shit, basically.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, it's good. It's real good. Strong.
Yeah.
So, speaking of strong, how can strong people contact us?
Well, they can just run through the wall and say things.
Cool.
Or they can pick us up and talk into our faces.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. But if you want to get in contact with us, like a normal way, you can go to the website, BMFcast.com. You can pick up your emailing device and email us. It's bmf@bmfcast.com. You can pick up your telephone and call us, 910-5JOCKS-BMF, or 910-556-9263. And if you want to give us money, you can go to patreon.com/BMFcast and pledge an amount a month to our pockets, which help us pay for... it helps us pay for things like new computers to make the live stream work, better internet to make the live stream work.
Yeah, we're going to redo the internet.
Yeah.
A
new internet.
A new producer/technician, because we probably need one of those full-time staff
We need
to
an
make the
intern.
internet work.
We should get an
We
intern.
should fire the old one.
Yeah.
Sucks.
Yeah.
Wait, that's me.
Oh,
no.
well,
no.
I thought
Yeah,
you
we should
meant in
fire
terms
the-
of live streaming. That's
Oh,
We should
okay.
fire the
Oh,
intern and the producer.
Oh, all right.
Mackie and I got this. But that's about it. Patreon, it
And
gives
plus,
us money
we
to do
give you
things.
things like
Right.
if you go to Patreon,
Yeah.
there are rewards and
So many
bonus
things.
things.
Right. You
God,
get a
so many
shitload
things.
of bonus podcast material.
Yep.
That's pretty much it. Hit us up on the Twitters at BMFcast, all the fun social stuff.
Cool.
Yeah.
All
Do the
right.
things.
Well, we talked about City Hunter for forever, so
We
let's
did.
get out of here, shall we?
Yes.
Shall.
I'm Harlow.
I'm Mackie.
I'm BJ.
I'm Chuck.
And this is BMFcast out. See you next time, friends
And foes.
Friends.
and motherfuckers.
You still got to do an intro.
Yeah.
Yeah,
What's the tagline for this movie?
The Hunter of Cities.
Yes, hunt cities. Make money.
Here, just read that. But put we instead of he.
Right. This week on the BMFcast, we're out of town, out of time, and out of our depth. 1 star, we're in.
All right, fair enough. Why don't we just do that every time?
Done.
It's a lot easier.
Because sometimes we're clever.
Sometimes.
And sometimes these are shit.
Yeah.
Sometimes we're...
Put on your Elizabeth golf shoes. We're about to hit the links. This is so fucking dumb. What? That was, that's what we came up with last second for link.
Elizabeth golf shoes.
Put on your Elizabeth golf shoes.
About to hit
We're
the
about
link.
to hit the links.
That was so good, though. Remember that thing I said about,
Or should I be not online? Oh.
Chick-fil-A,
Oh.
spicy Chick-fil-A messing me up?
Yeah. How you doing?
Feel like garbage.
Yeah.
Yeah, last 15 minutes or so,
I think they spit in your food.
I don't know. It must have been spit in